Let's go from the beginning. Destiny versus Ludwig, okay? From the beginning. I don't like either of these people particularly. But I've got to say, I quietly was kind of hoping to be more on Team Destiny than I am. I think, from what I've seen. Sadly, because on paper, Destiny's being incredibly based, but I think he's just spurged out way too hard. He's clearly in his feelings about it. Got some pent-up, possibly justified pent-up rage about the way he's been sort of treated by the Lyrics UK edition. Thanks. It's the first time anyone said that, Nick. Actually, it's the first time a comment's been made, so I'm glad you commented that one. Thank you. Destiny's obviously in his feelings a little bit about how he's been treated by the mainstream Twitch people. Yo, thank you for the $20, Lynn. Thank you.
Lino super chatted $19.99. Woo new studio. Congratulations, it looks so nice.
Thank you. Yes. Guys, look, reinvestment going into the stream. Isn't this just crazy? Look at the crazy reinvestment I'm putting in right now. Isn't that nuts? Gain weight. Easier said than done, Nate. Thank you. But look, crazy reinvestment happening to the stream. Look, when you put money in, you see quality come out. Quality content come back out, all right? Isn't that great? So you should put money into the stream. All right? Anyway. Yeah, Destiny has been kind of treated poorly by some of the mainstream Twitch people, I think. So let's start with this Reddit post.
This is like...
So this was a meme that someone from Destiny's community made about his Wikipedia usage. So we're gonna watch this. This is what started everything.
This is like Destiny just reading about Israel Palestine on Wikipedia, and then
Nate, you haven't been banned ever. Wait, Nate was like never banned, I don't think. Didn't you get kicked? Okay, anyway.
This is like Destiny just reading about Israel Palestine on Wikipedia and then hopping in. Destiny just reading about Israel Palestine on Wikipedia and
Dude, come on. Oh god, dude. Oh god, I can't, man. This is so gay. Oh man, it's like, because it's not even just like, because here's the thing, right? It's fine to make a meme of a streamer you like you're making like a funny joke, funny meme, maybe even something that makes them look good or based or a clip or something. It's fine to do that. But when it's like so obvious, it's like, everyone keeps saying this thing about my internet daddy. I've got to make a video that shows them how wrong they are. Everyone can spread this round and show how wrong they are. And now everyone will finally see that my internet daddy is the smartest one. Come on, dude. You can't be doing this. This is fucking seriously pathetic. It's about what I expect from DGGs, though. It is about the embarrassment I expect from DGGs. Yeah, zero comedy, zero humor, just pure, like, gunk guarding, essentially. Anyway. Not a big deal, just a gay little meme. Then there's a thread. Forethought requested the meme as well. Oh, God. made at Forethought's behest. Top Janny said, make a meme that makes Destiny look good now. Make a meme that makes Daddy look good now. Oh, God. I can't, dude. I fucking hate DGG. But this shit isn't even Destiny himself, but the way that he is going to react is just, like, so bad. Here's the thing, right? Wikipedia is fine. There's nothing wrong with Wikipedia. The Wikipedia hates retarded. It's dumb. Everyone knows it's dumb. I even saw J-Stalk posting his old Hassan clip where he gives the base Wikipedia take, where it's like, look, Wikipedia is one of the best fucking inventions humanity's ever come up with. You can find out so much information about anything. You can say Wikipedia blows, but no, Wikipedia as a tool is good. It just is. You can say it's a starting point, but if you read the Wikipedia, you are literally more educated on whatever topic that is than 90% of the people you're here talking about it. You can say it's a starting point, but just from the Wikipedia, you will be more educated than 90% of people. That doesn't mean you are educated. Sure, it doesn't mean that you've got complex knowledge of the topic. It doesn't mean that at all. But from everything, Destiny, every time, yeah, I've been a long-time Destiny fan, okay? Been a long-time Destiny. You guys know me, big Destiny fan. Still to this day, actually. No problems with Wikipedia research. Wikipedia research is based as far as I'm concerned, okay? Fucking go for it, man. It's fucking epic. And he does know more about a lot of this stuff than most of the people he talks to. But the fucking ego, it's clear, because it's not even like he is like, puts his foot forward with the ego, but it's like clear that when someone slights him, when someone undermines his intelligence in some way, it gets under his skin like nothing else. And the Spurgouts are just crazy. The Spurgouts are crazy. So, some DGG tweets it out. I mean, this isn't particularly important. You think about blood when you go to sleep at night, go to sleep at day. Thanks, Stylo. Okay. So this is the slime guy from the video. He says, I have made some people very grumpy again. To be honest, I'm surprised DGGers even watch our show. Maybe we really are just that funny. And, okay, so he does a whole thread here. This is really gay as well. This is so embarrassing. Like, was he getting, like, harassed? Was he getting brigaded by DGGers? Like, what was that? Why did he bother putting this fucking thread out? I don't get it. See, this is, I know you're a DGG. I mean, yeah, imagine doing weeks of research and some dumbass claims he knows more than you. I'd be pissed too. Why? He's a dumbass. Why? You can just go, okay. Well, talk to me about it. Anytime, talk to me about it. Oh, you don't want to talk about it? Okay, clips. You obviously don't know. Actually, Wikipedia is really fucking... And start fucking blowing them up on Twitter. It shows an insecurity. It displays an insecurity. Well, this is the thing. We'll get into the Ludwig stuff as we go along. All right. So, I think Destiny's insecure about his lack of a formal education. Possibly. Possibly. I think he just does have a bit of a... He's not, maybe not a narcissist, maybe not a diagnosable narcissist, but he's got that sort of tendency in him where if he feels proud of something, if he feels like he's doing well at something, and someone slights it, that is gonna fucking set him off. He is gonna absolutely lose it at them. It's, you know, how many times how many times have we seen that happen? Anyway. So I don't know why this gay loser put out this massive fucking thread about this. This is so embarrassing. Like, what? It's a fight. Bro, just mock the fact the meme video is gay. So it's a fucking. It's so embarrassing that some DGG made this. Why aren't you just pointing out how embarrassing this is and how autistic they look? Why are you putting out this whole thread? Totally unforced error on this slime guy's part. I also had it out with a few of the strays in the weekly episode thread, and one of them was actually really reasonable and had normal comments and stuff. Not necessarily stuff I agreed with, but was normal about it all, and I was like, man, what a time to be alive. So he's saying some DGGs can engage, honestly. I wouldn't go that far, but I mean, this guy's giving them that credit, I guess. Anyway, I'm not a debate streamer, and thank fucking Christ for that. I also have always felt people trying to win an internet argument on my behalf makes me uncomfortable. But if this is your actual job for a living, you kind of have to accept guys who put QR codes in their fan cams. Okay, that's a slight dub. I think all things considered, I've kept my thoughts on Palestine pretty close to the chest because it's oddly more personal issue for me considering my friend has talked to me about it for the past 7 years or so, namely Free Palestine RN. So, like, I hate this as well. God, it's so gay, man. You see, I have to have this take because my friend's very emotionally connected to it, so I have to think this anti-historical thing about this region that's been mired in conflict for like 70 fucking years. Okay, cool, man. You do that. Nice. Kuihman's back in DGG. I'm going to go embed. But make no mistake, I will always take a chance to fire a pithy line at Destiny because it is, above all, as evidenced here and now, many other times, really, really funny. Goon Commander out. I mean, it wasn't very funny, though. Like, his comment wasn't even funny. He was just like, oh, Wikipedia, lol. Like, that wasn't... It's not even a very funny line. So I don't even... I hate this guy. I really don't like this slime guy at all. God, I hate everyone involved in this. God. The ending in Y on Kuihman stream. I hate everyone involved. Okay. So, lol, did this really need a whole ass tweet thread? Sorry, should have just posted this. So, like, yeah, I mean, this is where Destiny should probably either tap out or he just needs to fire off a one-liner back. He needs to either have a snappy strike back or just tap out at that point. But that's not what he's going to do. That's not what he's going to do. Can you explain this meme? So, this is a black Twitter meme. It's a meme that black people use on Twitter. Where basically what it's about a woman cheating on the guy. I think. And they put, like, what is it? They put all the different quotes around it. Does anyone have that version where it's got all the quotes? You know what I mean, right? I'm just learning about it. Yeah, exactly. I'm getting my hair done. Like, it'll say shit like that. Yes, exactly. Findorn here knows what I'm talking about with this black Twitter meme. It'll say, like, I'm getting my hair done. It'll be like excuses that women give. Why are there two Ali Khans? Why are there two Ali Khans? One's getting banned. One's getting banned. We've got Ali Khan and Neo Ali Khan. There is two. The one that's not a member is getting banned. We're banning the other Ali Khan. It's a common name. It's not a common name. There's no other Ali Khans. And why are you called Neo Ali Khan? Because I unbanned him because I thought it was the actual Ali Khan. Because I think I banned him before because I was like, why are there two Ali Khans? Your name's Neo Ali Khan. It's not just because it's a common name. That's an intentional second Ali Khan. It's a family name. Come back with a real name, okay? Change my name to Neo King Stylo. Okay, so should have just posted this. And then Destiny quote tweets it. You got to kill the first guy if you didn't Neo in your name. Very true. Very true. Okay. Lol, are you okay? Ludwig's second generic white friend. You can always just not talk on stuff you're clueless about. No one will judge you. I'm flattered that you spend so much time on Reddit posting about me, though. You jerk off fantasizing about my sex life. Is that why you're posting so much about it? And then links is Reddit. So, like, this is a total L. It's a total L. Because you can't reply to snappy, like, you're a cuck, shit like that, with a fucking paragraph and being like, heh, and check out your Reddit post history. You can't, it's just not, that's not how social media works. You can't, it doesn't look good. So, massive L there. Totally fucked it up. Not in terms of, like, you know, he did anything wrong. Obviously, it's totally justified to go at this guy as much as he fucking wants. Who gives a fuck? But it's a total L. It's a massive L. It makes you look like a retard. You're embarrassing yourself when you do stuff like that. So, Ludwig seems cool, but he sure associates himself with some cringe people. You, Hassan, the AI porn guy. This slime, I assume. He seems porn. Read that. He seems cool because he tries as hard as possible to appeal to the widest set of people possible. He's like if you were to test a human in front of 20 focus groups of online content consumers and produce a machine to appeal to all of them evenly. I mean, this is just true. It's like there's a few of those that we can point to already, isn't there? Like Ludwig, Moist Critical. Who else is kind of like that? Mutaha. Mutaha maybe less so. Maybe less so like that. Maybe less so like that. But still, you know, in the same sort of vein. This is a W Ludwig reply, unassailable reply. Yeah, exactly right. So this is the thing, is this response from Ludwig, this is just like, what do you do with this? He's just like, hey, say fuck me for. That's it. It's just. I mean, like, Ludwig did win that. You just don't reply after that. You don't reply after because, like, White, he's not taking a shot. Ali Khan 3, can you ban that other user with my name? Okay. That's at least distinct. I can at least tell who's who when I'm looking at chat. Okay. So yeah, Destiny should have just not gone in further after this. But he decided to go guerrilla mode. He was just... I don't know what was going on with this guy this night. Chargers theorized he was on drugs, I hear. I wouldn't accuse him of being on drugs. I don't like to accuse people of being on drugs. However, I wouldn't be surprised. So he replies with a picture of Ludwig's wife crying over AI porn deepfakes of herself being spread around and jerked off to by one of their close friends. And he says, "Don't you mean?" And Ludwig replies, "Yes, that is a picture of my girlfriend, who I love. How is your wife?" See, joking, because Destiny's wife has recently left him. The yard with Destiny would be cool, but you guys wouldn't do it, lol. I hung out with him once in person, and the vibes were atrocious. I mean... I don't imagine Destiny and Ludwig would get along, no. I don't imagine that would happen. All this because he got ratioed? Really? Which one was the ratio? Why was that a... The meme was about Floyd getting his baby mama stolen, his wife stolen too. Ludwig was sneaked it. What? Floyd. George Floyd. That was 50 Cent, not George Floyd. What? Mayweather. Watch the rest of the meme. What do you mean the rest of the meme? What rest of the meme? I watched the fucking wiki meme. Neo Floyd. Mecha Floyd. We have the technology here. Mecha Floyd. Dude, the BLM protests when Mecha Floyd dies are gonna go crazy. Okay, I don't know what you're on about with this Floyd shit, bro. I don't know what the reference is here. What for? Dude, I'm gonna rage. What do you mean play the full meme? I played the full meme. I played the fucking stupid meme.
This is like
What am I missing here? What am I missing? Oh, you mean a different meme? You mean a different meme? Okay, well, no one said it was a different fucking meme, did they? Watch the full meme. Watch the full meme. Watch the full meme. No.
The computer say, Floyd said, fuck T.I., fuck Nelly, fuck 50. I'm like, what did he say, fuck me?
We're doing a whole topic that is about this one meme made by DGG. And you guys are going, watch the meme. Watch the full meme. Watch the full meme. With no other context, like a bunch of fucking spurgs.
Me for Nelly fucked your first baby mama, Melissa, then took your fucking fiance. Say fuck that nigga. This is a special A.
So what did he say?
I look at the computer say, Floyd said, fuck T.I., fuck Nelly, fuck 50. I'm like, what did he say fuck me for? Nelly fucked your first baby mama, Melissa, then took your fucking fiance. Say fuck that nigga.
Okay. Okay, there you go. You're saying, okay, so you're saying he was playing off of that because he's talking about Floyd Mayweather getting his fiance stolen. Okay. Okay. It would have gone faster. Stylo is timed out immediately for being fucking retarded. No extra context. No context given. Watch the meme. No context given. Watch the meme. Zero context. Just spamming. Watch the meme for 5 fucking minutes. For one line where maybe Ludwig was thinking of, oh, well, maybe Destiny got cucked. Or not maybe Destiny got cucked. Where maybe Ludwig was thinking, oh, well, Floyd Mayweather got cucked. This is kind of relevant. Crazy. Crazy. Literally like 5 minutes there for that. Okay. Let's go back to actually covering this. Okay. You're... dude. You guys are fucking so annoying. Holy shit. Yeah, 99.9% of people use that meme in a non-cuck way. Yes, exactly. That's what's so annoying. It's probably not even relevant. I don't even think Ludwig thought of it. He probably just knows the why he say fuck me for. He probably just posted that. That's literally almost the entire relevance, I guarantee. Now, anyway. We saw this, we covered this, we looked at this. Let's go back. Now I have to scroll back up, because I scrolled down to the bottom of my fucking channel here to find that stupid fucking 50 Cent meme. So that you guys felt satisfied after 5 minutes of fucking spamming about a double entendre that doesn't exist. Yeah, the cutie thing is based. I appreciate going after the cutie thing. It's funny. Going gorilla mode on these skinwalkers is epic. It is epic. However, Destiny fucked it up and embarrassed himself. Destiny fucked it up and embarrassed himself. Now. So, he says, yes, that is a picture of my girlfriend who I love. How is your wife? Destiny replies, don't worry, with the technology we have now, pretty soon we can all love her. Hey, maybe one day, they'll even be able to deepfake you a personality. So I think someone said earlier that they think Destiny feels a bit slighted that he wanted to be friends with Ludwig at one point because he's spoken positive of him before. I think I'd agree. I feel like I've heard Destiny say, like, what did he say? Back when Ludwig popped off for that, his gay little streamathon, subathon. What was that shit? Wasn't he like one of the first people to do that? That subathon shit? I thought I heard Destiny say, oh, Ludwig's such a talented guy. Ludwig's got perfect... He's like one of the best... He's like one of the only Twitch streamers I could see being like an actual comedian because his comedic timing's so good. I like vividly remember hearing Destiny say that because it stuck with me. And every time I watched Ludwig content, I was like, what is that guy talking about? What is Destiny talking about? What is that guy on? What crack is Destiny smoking? This guy's insufferable. This guy is a plastic, grown-in-a-tube prick. Total reptile. So, I have no idea where he got that fucking delusion from. So, Destiny goes to DGG chat, as he does when something bad happens. Sets him off. He says, where is Thorthop? Thorthop. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna shit my eye. I just had a fucking epiphany. I'm Israel. Destiny. I have to deal with these insanely unhinged fucking losers, brackets, Palestinians, that have literally always engaged in fucking weirdo attacks against me, terror attacks, while pretending they aren't. That's all fake news. If it happens, then they deserve it. Meanwhile, their fanbase, citizens, and their friendly fanbases, international support, hold them accountable for absolutely fucking nothing. And then my own fanbase, Israeli citizens like Haaretz and B'Tselem, come down on me for every single fucking thing I do. Holy fucking shit. This is so delusional, bro. This is so delusional. Your community is like that with everyone, dude. You just don't like when you have to suffer it. Your community are fucking terrible. They are insufferable. There's a reason why everyone hates them, dude. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry it's one time you've had to actually deal with it. But, like, every time I go on J-Stalks, every time some shit about me gets posted on Our Destiny, there are people like, oh, Kuihman's just being needlessly edgy. Doesn't Kuihman just hate trans people and shit like that? So, listen, you don't get to now fucking cry and bitch when you get into a fight with someone and your community's like, you know, Destiny, I don't think randomly going at that guy's wife for the AI porn was justified. You don't now get to cry about that. You don't know you've fostered this. These are the types of freaks that you have around you. This is what you have grown. This is the exact response I would expect from DGGs. So, where are we? Fuck this. It's Rafah invasion time. This is embarrassing. He's like LARPing. He like thinks he's Israel. Like actually thinks he's Israel. Like in his head, he is Israel right now. Forethought permabanning every single fucking random fuck who criticized my takes on Ludwig / QT / whoever the fuck else is in that friend group. I think the best thing that could happen is they all grab a bag of fent-loaded coke so they can go join Slime's OD'd dead fucking dad 6 feet under. I mean, I appreciate going hard, but again, obviously this is like Ludwig's a huge YouTuber. These Twitter threads are blowing up. Other people are going to see this when you type this shit in your offline chat. This is obviously going to get spread around, and it looks fucking terrible. Make the world a better place and seriously go, in a group. I'm thinking, town, but not tragic. We're just going to try and skip over some of that. Why bring up my wife or family or my ex or anything about me constantly? I mean, like, again, he puts it... another situation where people, like... Destiny benefits, reaps all the rewards from farming out his personal life and the drama that erupts from it on stream. Reaps all the rewards of that, but then cries when he gets the drawbacks. It's like, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Destiny said this himself before, and I've quoted this many times. He used to say about e-whores who cry about parasocial guys. He used to be like, well, if you're going to sit on stream and give the boyfriend experience and act like, you know, you don't have a real boyfriend, then you've got to anticipate and deal with the fact that some of these bad things are going to happen. You know, you're reaping the benefits of this relationship you foster and this community that you foster and the donations that you solicit. And there's going to be some consequences that come with that. He says that. So the idea that he constantly spurgs out when people talk about his personal life, it's like, no, dude, half your fucking content for the last 3 years was about your personal life. Just because now you've pivoted into like pure Israel-Palestine content doesn't mean everyone suddenly just forgets that your entire stream has been built off of relationship drama and blow-ups between little friend groups and stuff like that. Like, that's your whole thing for like the last 3 years. So, how are we here? What do you mean, you retarded fuck? These people hit me on literally every single random weird personal attack because they're fighting over the scraps of Hassan's last dump, so they echo anything I've heard from him constantly. It's just so fucking annoying. And the sycophantic incel fans eat it all up and regurgitate the same shit. Like, why does he assume it's all about Hassan? Also, yeah, isn't 70% of DGG virgins? I thought 70%. They did a poll and 70% were virgins. It was 70%, yeah. That's what I thought. So he's saying, I don't think it's about Hassan. I don't think it's about Hassan. Ludwig and all these guys, like, they caught, like, the mainstream audience that is, like, Zoomer, TikTok, progressive, commie, Palestine supporting speds. That's the audience they caught. Yeah, obviously he's going to act that way. Yeah, obvious. Like, it's not even about Hassan. It's not about... I don't know why Destiny's framing it all around his personal beef with Hassan. When it's clearly just, look, Destiny, your shit, I'm sorry, man. Hate to tell you, you're actually not cool to, like, most 14 to 21-year-olds. You're not cool to most people, but especially don't really appeal. It's like 14 to 18, 20 maybe. That sort of age range where Ludwig's appealing to, where Moist Critical's appealing to, where whoever else is appealing to, that's not really your group, Destiny. Like, they're all going to be watching TikTok where they're like, oh yeah, free Palestine, river to the sea, river to the sea. So obviously that audience, that's what they want to hear. It's nothing to do with Hassan. That absolutely is the point, Mantis. Nothing I said was incorrect there or didn't address the point. He's saying that it's motivated by Hassan. It's not motivated by Hassan. It's motivated by the fact that they have an interest in maintaining that audience of young people. It's nothing to do with Hassan. It's not because they're friends with Hassan. That's just not true. Anyway. Sycophantic incel fans eat it all up and regurgitate the same shit. I mean, that is, yeah, again, this is just his community. Sycophantic incel fans. 70% virgins, they are absolutely sycophants. This whole drama has been spun off of a meme that was made for the sole purpose of making you look good. It was made for that. So it wasn't made to be funny. It wasn't made to be a sick own. It was purely made to serve as an advertisement for how good your research is and how educated you are, and then show some evidence of it. That's all it was for. That was the sole purpose of that meme. So the idea that other people have sycophantic incel fans, let's not throw stones like that, Destiny. Probably a bad idea. It's actually so fucking irritating. I need an IDF. Dude, your entire community is the fucking, like, JIDF, the DIDF, the SIDF, the Stephen Internet Defense Force. What is it, the JIDF? Is that it? Jewish Internet Defense Force? Yeah. Yeah. It's the Stephen Internet Defense Force. That's your whole community, bro. That's your whole fucking community. So is your commentary just Destiny sucks, don't whine about anything? No, I've actually said a lot more than that, Mantis. I've actually said way more than that. But you clearly haven't been listening, so that's okay. But you just sit in chat, try and catch on, maybe wind it back, run it on 2 times, put the whine down. Focus. Oh, no, I absolutely have. I absolutely have, but that's okay. So he says, I need an IDF. Who is my strongest soldier? This is your whole community. The DGG is essentially like the ADL. They are like the ADL. He's like got the ADL, but for a streamer. They'll show up. You say something slightly wrong about Destiny, and it's, well, actually, on the 17th of November, 2019, Destiny actually said that his real motivation for doing that was this. You have to remove that defamation now. Actually, that's hate speech. That's hate speech. So this is it's total delusion. Now, where are we going from here? So that's the end of what happened that day. And then Ludwig posted a screenshot of these logs and said, I think they think he's weird because of this, not because of a story about cheese puffs. And Destiny replies, these logs are literally in response to people like you creating weird and untrue stories. What you just got caught doing in 4K 120 FPS about me and Lamau. Holy shit. Get your head out of someone's ass for like 15 seconds and breathe some fresh oxygen. Like, it's just, okay. I don't know why you would go on here and try and justify this. Like, you're obviously schizo posting in these logs. And we're going to go over I think we'll go over the disagreement here, but basically it boils down to, like, there's a... Ludwig said that Destiny didn't play a cheese puff game, but Destiny actually did play the cheese puff game after being offered money or something. I don't... That's the disagreement here. That's the weird and untrue story. It's just like, a few years ago at a party, I invited you to play a cheese puff game with me, and you said no. And Destiny's like, well, I didn't say no. Actually, I did play the cheese puff game with you. That is it. That is the whole... You guys don't know about this. You haven't seen... Okay, so this is the clip, okay? Lamau, someone actually found the original video where Ludwig claimed I thought I was too clouted or whatever to talk to these guys, so I ignored them and the vibes were completely off. He just completely lied about the entire thing. It's insane how fucking spineless he is just to stay on everyone's good side. So let's see this clip that apparently totally vindicates Destiny.
If he hits it first try, I'll give him $100.
First try, $100. Okay.
Dude, it's you're a millionaire. If he hits it first.
Yeah, they look like they're having fun there. Let's take a look at the video.
It was a good stream, guys.
Does he hang around?
If he hits it first try, I'll give him $100.
First try, $100. Okay.
Dude, it's
Because I believe Ludwig's counterclaim is that, well, Destiny did it once for the $100, but was sat on his phone for the entire rest of the party. And so, I mean, you know, we can't really determine the truth here. But I don't know why it's become such a huge point of disagreement about whether Destiny's vibes are off. Because I'm going to be real. Destiny and Ludwig, like, Destiny is a very abrasive, controversial person. Ludwig is a very sort of passive, pathetic, you know, soy, brand safe person. I don't imagine these people would get on. I don't know why it's such a big point. Ludwig probably does think Destiny's vibes are off. I don't know why that's going to be such a big point of contention. I understand if you want to correct the record about what happened in this story, but even then, for it to be like, oh, well, I actually did play the cheese puff game. It's like, okay, this isn't like a crazy strong rebuttal. Like, yeah, Ludwig was wrong or lied about the story, sure. But it's not a crazy rebuttal. Ludwig probably still thinks your vibes are off. You probably wouldn't get along. I don't know. It's almost like Tom debating people on whether he's creepy. It's like that. It's very similar. It's like someone thinks your vibes are off. Someone thinks you're creepy. You don't argue with them and go, well, actually, no, my vibes are really good, actually. I'm really good vibes. I'm always really good vibes. And I'm not creepy at all. You don't start doing that because it's just a losing battle. Like, the person doesn't like you. It's like, all right, fine. Well, I think you're a fucking skin-walking piece of shit, so fuck you. I don't want to be around you anyway. Fuck off. But, I mean, it's that simple, really. You shouldn't start arguing like, oh, no, my vibes at that party were actually great. My vibes were immaculate. I was doing great. I was the life of the party. I actually wasn't doing it intentionally, Kenny. That wasn't intentional at all, but that is funny. That is funny. Yeah, I am fun at parties. Actually, I'm the best at parties. Actually, I'm really fun at parties. Party don't start till I walk in. Okay. So let's look at the video now, I guess. Destiny versus everyone on Twitch. Let's go.
It has to do with the concept of the cry.
And I am going to take this opportunity as I put the video on. Look at nip out for a smoke. So, yeah.
Bullying. I feel like right now, I think there's like too much of a combination of things that are driving me insane. And I'm either going to like dramatically divert the way that I engage with people, or I just have to settle some things in my brain. And I've already like bounced a few ideas around. I don't know what that's going to look like. I'm pretty sure, I think I'm going to axe any introduction of me as progressive or far left. And I think I'm probably going to cut ties with anything that has anything to do with that from now on. I don't know if I'm going to ever associate with any of that shit again. The spaces are driving me insane. I think the people are mostly horrible, and the ones that aren't calling them out don't like make it. So I don't know. I think the combination of things I think right now that are overloading my brain too much are, there's a combination of things that are happening that are driving me too insane right now that I don't know if I can handle all of them. Do you think fans' criticisms of you optically can come down to their own insecurities, like they can't fathom you being okay, that other streamer fans don't like you? It's like they think people hating you looks bad on them? No. I think that what happens is I set a certain standard of behavior, and then there are two huge things that happen. One is kind of fair, and the other is understandable, but incredibly annoying. The first thing is that if we set a certain standard of behavior, people obviously expect me to follow it, which is fair. And I typically set a standard of behavior, like don't attack people's families, blah, 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 which is like fair. And if people see me not live up to that standard, like, oh, well, this is disappointing. And then anything that I say in response to that, okay, well, what about this or that? I'm like, oh, well, are we going to reduce ourselves to those communities? Like, is that like, then why even have the standards of behavior? I sympathize with that point of view. I think the annoying thing is people don't have my perspective. And that part is a lot. That part is a lot to deal with. Because generally, if you see me go unhinged on someone on Twitter, like you might think, actually, there were two Reddit threads that actually encapsulate this pretty well. But typically, if you see me go unhinged on someone on Twitter, just like, this guy tweeted like 3 things about you. Like, why the fuck are you going nuclear? And then they don't have like the full context of like everything else before. Oh yeah, shit. This was one. There was another one about Ludwig. How crazy are these kinds of interactions from Destiny's point of view? He spends a ton of time on stream doing research, definitely more than any other streamer that talks about the topic. Lonerbox has probably read more than me, to be fair. Someone links him a clip of the slime person in a giant podcast with Ludwig making fun of and downplaying the fact that Destiny does research. And then it's also annoying because like people will say, and even for each of these, there's like more and more and more things, right? So like one comment on its own is who cares, and it's like not that big of a deal, but it's the fact that it's not that he hold on, fuck. Wait, I don't think this guy has links actually. I might need to even go up and find links. It's not even just the fact that he made the comment, it's that he like goes crazy in his subreddit afterwards, like defending it at the bottom of this fucking subreddit, and then he makes a Twitter thread on me too. Like I think if he just made the comment, I'm like, okay, fuck, whatever. I don't care. It's just another one of like another in the deluge of like, you know, cum swallowing Ludwig dick rider people. Like I'm used to them making stupid comments about me. So the problem is they always try to inhabit like both positions, right? So you have this thing where you simultaneously act like you don't care about me that much, because I think I'd have to go and look for this, but I think at one point, I think that he says it on his Twitter. He says like, oh, so somebody made this like clip compilation in response to what he said, okay? Which is kind of, I mean, we can say what you want, but what he said was factually wrong.
This is like Destiny just reading about Israel-Palestine on Wikipedia and then hopping in. Destiny just reading about Israel-Palestine on Wikipedia.
Wait, is this gay fucking meme copyrighted? Did I play this shit? I just got back. Is this gay fucking meme copyrighted? Really? Okay, so what just happened? I'm going to run it back, aren't I? I'm running it back.
I just have to settle some things in my brain. I've already like bounced a few ideas around. I don't know what that's going to look like. I'm pretty sure I think I'm going to axe any introduction of me.
I did that free boot URL, massive free boot
anything
URL
that has anything to do with that from now on. I don't know if I'm going to ever associate with any of that shit again. The spaces are driving me insane. I think the people are mostly horrible, and the ones that aren't calling them out don't like make it. So I don't know. I think the combination of things I think right now that are overloading my brain too much are there's a combination of things that are happening that are driving me too insane right now that I don't know if I can handle all of them. Do you think fans' criticisms of you optically can come down to their own insecurities? Like they can't fathom you being okay, that other streamer fans don't like you. It's like they think people hating you looks bad on them. No. I think that what happens is I set a certain standard of behavior, and then there are two huge things that happen. One is kind of fair, and the other is understandable, but incredibly annoying. The first thing is that if we set a certain standard of behavior, people obviously expect to follow it, which is fair. And I typically set a standard of behavior, don't have people's families, blah, 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 which is like fair. And if people see me not live up to that standard, like, oh, well, this is disappointing. And then anything that I say in response to that, okay, what about this? Like, oh, well, are we going to reduce ourselves to those communities? Like, is that like then why even have this behavior? I sympathize with that point of view. I think the annoying thing is people don't have my perspective, and that part is a lot. That part is a lot to do. Because generally, if you see me go unhinged on someone on Twitter, like you might think, actually, there were two Reddit threads actually encapsulate this pretty well. But typically, if you see me go unhinged on someone on Twitter, it's like, this guy tweeted like 3 things about you. Like, why the fuck are you going nuclear? And then they don't have like the full context of like everything else before. Oh yeah, shit. This was one. There was another one about Ludwig. How crazy are these kinds of interactions from Destiny's point of view? He spends a ton of time on stream doing research, probably definitely more than any other streamer that talks about the topic. Loner Box has probably read more than me, to be fair. Someone links in a clip of the slime person in a giant podcast with Ludwig making fun of and downplaying the fact that Destiny does research. And then it's also nice because like people will say, and even for each of these, there's like more and more things, right? So like one comment on its own is who cares, and it's like not that big of a deal. But it's the fact that it's not that hold on, fuck. Wait, I don't think this guy has links actually. I don't need to even go and find links. It's not even just the fact that he made the comment. It's that he like goes crazy in his subreddit afterwards, like defending it at the bottom of this fucking subreddit, and then he makes a Twitter thread on YouTube. Like I think if he just made the comment, I'm like, okay, fuck, whatever. I don't care. It's just another one of like another in the deluge of like, you know, just come swallowing Ludwig dick rider people. Like I'm used to them making stupid comments about me. So the problem is they always try and have it like both positions, right? So you have this thing where you simultaneously act like you don't care about me that much, because I have to go look at this, but I think at one point, I think that he says it on his Twitter. He says like, oh, so somebody made this like clip compilation in response to what he said, okay? Which is kind of, I mean, we can say what you want, but what he said was factually wrong.
This is like Destiny just reading about Israel Palestine on Wikipedia.
Okay. The Destiny lie is to single out his subreddit who is further left, and he smears us too left and woke and shits on his pretends community is above board morally. It ignores his entire community. Maybe. Maybe. Is his subreddit pretty curated? His subreddit is like insane. This is my thing, right? He is right about his subreddit. It's horrible. It's horrible. I don't mean like horrible as in they're mean people. I mean as in it's horrible to use. Reading it is psychologically painful. Genuinely. Like actually psychologically painful. No, it's not the glaze. It's not about the glaze. It's like they are massive virtue signalers. They are like so anal about everything. Some of the threads about like Chud and DK back in the day were fucking crazy. A little NB baby, little little NB baby. I remember that name very clearly. Total freak. Total freak. As you can imagine from the name, little NB baby. But they'll just put, DK's like a racist Nazi who's trying to kill, you know, trans people. His subreddit is horrendous. But it's like that because of Destiny. It's his own making. I don't know how he can sit there and bitch and cry about it. It's been this way for so long. How is it now that he's realizing this?
Wikipedia and then hopping in. Destiny just reading about Israel Palestine on Wikipedia.
Right, so it's like, I mean, it's
Why did Destiny advertise Spicy Chat as like a 4chan light that was so tone deaf? I believe they said Kiwi Farms light, wasn't it? It was basically like Kiwi Farms was the allegation. I mean, Spicy Chat's strong, okay? Listen, Spicy Chat's stronger than ever, kind of. Some of the, you know, some not great people coming over the general chat border. But Spicy Chat's strong. Rhizome said, it won't last 6 months. Rhizome claimed. Rhizome told me and DK. Won't last 6 months. It keeps going. Keeps going. I mean, that's not even what I wasn't even talking about. That those aren't even general chats, Kenny. Okay, that's a different border. All right, the different border that Ace is coming over. I'm talking about the Dottores and the puddles.
Called you out on it. Like, if you don't really care that much, like, if his response would have just been like, "Who cares?" Like I don't care about this that much. Like, I just made a random comment because I heard about him reading Wikipedia. Like, I don't actually care that much. Then fine. Like, that's fair. Okay, whatever. I think it's annoying, but fine, whatever. I'm sympathetic with that. But like, he does care. He clearly cares, right? Because he's in the bottom of this thread arguing about it. And this is before, by the way, this is before I've said anything about this at all. Okay. Then what are you doing right now, Linfail? Like, are you just mad that I made fun of Destiny? Chat, is that even more pathetic? Also, my friend, a real live Palestinian who I've housed and talked with for 7 years now has been explaining to me this issue from his real perspective since and continues to do so. And I take that much more seriously than some cuck who debates for a living. That's why I don't talk about it, because it requires so much more understanding of context, and I'm willing to explain on our comedy podcast. But I'll take a cheap shot at someone I hate any day. Stay mad. I will also never think about you again. Like, this is before I've said anything about this guy at all, right? I haven't said a single thing about this guy. These are just posts that he's making, fighting with people in their own subreddit, you know?
Okay,
I'm not a lobbyist or a cuck debate streamer. Also seems to be echoed by a few other Jewish people I know. That
Again, like, does he not see how, like, petty it looks that he's obsessing over this fucking retard and what he's posting on Reddit? Like, can you actually not ignore this? Why does it bother you? Like, there's no one seeing it. There's 30 upvotes in a fucking Reddit thread. You go live to 10k people every night.
The trans athletes.
You're pumping out, 500k video after 500k video, 300k video after 300k video, going up to, pretty high, some of them. Why do you care about what the 30 upvote Reddit comment says? Like, it's just not good. I don't know why. Like, Destiny knows. I've heard Destiny say, like, oh yeah, it's important to filter out the good criticism from bad criticism. You know this guy's a retard. You know this guy's emotionally invested in this. You know he's not going to say anything other than the pro-Palestine take because of the audience he's got. You know all this. So why are you so invested in what he thinks of you? Why do you care so much? It doesn't make sense. It really is just a case of ignore it. Like, this guy's kind of won. Like, this guy was kind of, it's embarrassing that this guy was sitting in Reddit seething about Destiny's Wikipedia. That's embarrassing that he was doing that. Seething about fucking Wikipedia usage in a thread. That's embarrassing. So I don't know why Destiny would essentially hand him and Ludwig a W by, going full lolcow, obsessing over some fucking Reddit post and spurging out in a stream over it. It's just a bad move. Whatever. Let's go back to the
visited Israel in the past, and this particular moment has them not.
Let's slow this down.
With the Zionist plan either. In fact, I didn't even go on social media about this or make it my personality or do what you guys call virtue signaling, blah, 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 right? So there's like, and you can go through he posts there's so much that he posts here. And then he makes this whole ass thread in response to this video clip, right? He makes this whole ass thread where it's like, I've made some people very grumpy again. To be honest, I'm surprised DGGers even watch our show. Maybe we really are just that funny. Ha, tear, bleeding face. I don't know what this is. I also had it out with a few of the strays in the weekly episode thread, and one of them was actually really reasonable and normal comments and stuff. Not even necessarily all stuff I agree with, but that was normal about it, and I was like, man, what a time to be alive. Anyways, I'm not a debate streamer, and thank fucking Christ for that. I also have always felt people trying to win an internet argument on my behalf makes me uncomfortable, but if this is your actual job for a living, you kind of have to accept guys who put QR codes on their fan cams. To think all things considered, I've kept my thoughts on Palestine pretty close to the chest because it's oddly a more personal issue for me, considering my friend that has talked about it, or has talked to me about it for the past 7 years or so, namely Free Palestine RN. But make no mistake, I will always take a chance to fire a pithy line at Destiny because it is, above all, as evidenced here and now, many other times, really, really funny. Good, right? So it's just like, okay, whatever. But anyway, so someone links a clip of the slime person in a giant podcast with Ludwig, making fun of him and downplaying the fact that Destiny does research. Destiny, up until now, has only had positive interactions with this guy, although I'm not sure if he remembers. Apparently, I talked to this guy once on a Raw show. I don't remember, but whatever. Destiny has no reaction to the clip, doesn't attack him back, doesn't reply, just moves on. I think we just watched this on stream. I don't know. Did I even say anything? I think I was just like, whatever.
This is like Destiny just reading about Israel Palestine on Wikipedia and then hopping in.
Yeah,
except he read the Wikipedia page wrong. He mixed up 2 sections, and now he's making 20-minute mogul mails.
Dude, you hear Drake's up against Palestine? That can't be good. I started off my whole video and I said, hey, to people who listen to more video game music than real music, this is for you. And you're also probably white. And then I went into it.
You stole all that from Twitter, by the way.
No.
Have an original thought.
This was me. I said, I've done this. This is
okay, this is so boring. This is boring me. This is incredibly boring. Okay. It's an edit about you. Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's Destiny's claims from couple several points. Very much turns to police action and such. Someone in DGG makes a video to show that he does research. Slime writes a thread on Twitter where he keeps attacking Destiny. Oh, and then he doesn't even, I don't even think I knew at this point that he'd been writing about me in the subreddit. Destiny answers with the equivalent of, it's not that deep, bro. I think my actual tweet was something along the lines of, did this need a whole ass thread? Yeah, so he makes like this whole ass thread on this. And then I think I said, LOL, did this really need a whole ass tweet thread? And then obviously we start getting pictures like this. Sorry, I should have just posted this. And it's like, okay. So it's just like, and it's like so cringe. And it's annoying because like, obviously Ludwig can say like, oh, well, I have nothing to do with any of this, blah, blah, blah. But like he greenlights like these types of attacks on me all the time. Like people have said weird shit. Like there's another thread on that where he's like said like weird shit about me on his fucking white cast.
Slime even reach out to me. He does it sometimes. He reach out. He was like, sorry, Dubbin, if I got you in heat. And I replied, like, I don't care, man. Like, I think it's fine. Destiny, like, quote retweets him and says, did you really need a whole ass tweet thread? And then Slime said, sorry, should have just posted this, which is crazy. Typical Slime. I don't even know if I can show this on stream. I am. We are here. If someone at YouTube gets mad at me, I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm a journalist reporting the facts.
Yeah, but it's just like these types of things. It's like so fucking annoying. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, so didn't Ludwig sort of help play up? Then in his mogul mail, he was like, oh, Destiny helped signal boost Hassan's docs. Is that a thing that happened? Someone jog my memory here. Yeah, something like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I think that happened. So I understand that Ludwig, there's a bit of bad blood there. And I fucking hate Ludwig too. I feel the gorilla rage. Listen, I'm not even saying that I can't empathize with Destiny. I feel the gorilla rage at some fucking milquetoast prick taking some jab at you. And it feels like you can't fight back because it's like you're punching fucking... You're fighting with just like some corporate like bot. Grown in a fucking tube. I get that. I miss the rage. I feel the rage. I get it. But he has totally embarrassed himself and misplayed every step of the way here. You got to be a bit funnier. You got to be a bit more willing to jab. You can't just go for the full. You're a piece of shit. Stop talking about my ex-wife. Here's your Reddit post history. Also, you're a fucking reptile, Ludwig. Out of nowhere, and your wife's a whore, and we're all gonna enjoy it with AI. You can't just go absolutely ballistic like that. You have to be a bit more humorous with it. The best way to take down the only way, really, to take down these super brand safe people is to make them uncool. And the only way to do that is to make mocking them funny. You see it with Drake. Great example coming through right now. You see it with Drake in the last week. The only way to take Drake down was well, even then he's not really taken down, but the only way to really, bring people out to fucking hate Drake was by making it cool and funny to call him a pedophile. And to just totally say the worst shit you can possibly fucking imagine about this guy. And it's just fun, and it's funny to do so. Play it. We're not doing keys jangling. We can't just keep doing keys jangling, guys, okay? Ludwig is not like us, alright? This is the message here. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show ninjas, alright? It is true. Destiny does have to. I support Destiny popping out and showing ninjas. Just you gotta make it funny. You gotta make it hit. This is not working. This has not worked at all. Total failure. Say it? No. We're currently crowdfunding. I'm raising $1,000. No, we'll do $500. $500, and I will do a live performance of Euphoria. Okay. That's the crowdsourcing. But by when? $500. We said this last night. We talked about last night. $500 by Wednesday, and I'll do a live. I'll do a live performance of Euphoria. What do you mean, Bug? What do you mean, What do you mean, We'll do it on Kick. On Kick. On Kick. Alright. Oh, you mean we need to talk? Oh, yeah, you're against the rap performances, aren't you? Listen. I gotta pay off the new studio. This is like watching a career literate and a pedophile get in a car crash with each other. It's entertaining like the Smash 'em Up derby. It's not really, though. It's not really. It kind of sucks. It's disappointing because I am in a way, like rooting for Destiny here because I do hate Ludwig in a way. So to see him fuck it up, it's disappointing. To see him fuck it up and embarrass himself while flailing at Ludwig, it is disappointing because I would like to see Destiny, really go for the throat. Really do some damage, but that hasn't happened. You're disappointed in internet beef, yep. Yes. I'm disappointed by the outcome of this internet beef, okay?
Sugarlocks super chatted $50. I'll start the countdown. $450 to go.
By Wednesday, I said, remember. Making that clear. That's I did say that. By Wednesday. Making my terms clear here, okay? like you said, getting a bit real, but I'm not making an extra bar. I don't know how to make other bars. I only know how to do. We'll do a count. There's a message I'll put a message in general chat. There you go. There you go, there's a count. I can edit that. Thank you for the $50. The N-word donor goal. Fuck. So yeah, I do. Just wait until Wednesday. I can feel something in the air. Destiny cooking something bad. I can feel it. Is it? Why are we waiting until Wednesday? What's he doing? Is that when his days off end? Because he took 3 days off, right? Has he declared a jihad? Is he in manifesto mode, do we reckon? No, it's not about anything else. Destiny's taken time off from stream, I think, right? He declared some time off. But sorry, you have to be without your father for 3 days, okay? Thank you for the $2, Smith. Thank you.
Ulcerous Spiv super chatted $2. Me help.
I want a Vibes manifesto. Yeah. I want a Vibes manifesto would be brilliant. That'd be amazing content. That'd be amazing. That would go so hard. He's like, here's my full recollection of the party that I went to with Ludwig. Here's what every conversation I remember us having. Should do Meet the Grahams. I might listen. We'll do it. We'll decide when it happens. Okay. I said Euphoria. Okay. I was just like earlier. I was like, Man, Philly was. I was sitting here thinking earlier, and I'm like, I need to come up with some good monetization because I need to rake in some money and make this fucking worth it as quick as possible, so that I don't feel like I've just dumped a bunch of money on this. Okay. So I was like, how can I monetize? And I remember, I was like, last night, Philly was offering me $75 to do, what was it? Was it Family Matters or Euphoria? I don't know. No, not Family, Meet the Grahams I'm thinking of. So I was like, okay, we'll say $500. And maybe we won't, hopefully. The inflation gone crazy. Well, I refused for $75. I was not going to do it for $75. That's crazy. A rap performance on a live stream for $70. You're nuts. You're nuts. I know it's only like 5 minutes of work, but it's the rest of my life.
It's annoying because because if you say anything about any of these people, obviously, oh wait, is this the Palestinian friend that he was talking about? Free Palestine, Iran. If there's any time to show that your solidarity means something, it would be in a time like this. If you put people in a perpetual prison to treat them as subhuman, do not be surprised when they resist. Free Palestine. Oh, October 7th. Oh, cool. Is the Slimeball guy part of the Smash community? So he supports...
Robosoap super chatted $50, and you said you're going to do this in full blackface.
I did not say that. Thank you for the $50. Thank you for the $50, but I did not say that.
Israelis,
so we're at 102.
Nice. Yeah, the October 7th check never fails on people that call themselves Palestinian. Yeah, sorry. This is all in service of explaining that one point. It's a lot, but... Destiny's actions are reasonable considering the history Ludwig has of sneak dissing him. All the people saying Destiny's going too far must be new. Ludwig has always been taking pot shots at Destiny, trying to undermine him and spread weird rumors about him. Firstly, there was a thing, yeah, this thing.
Oh boy, more Ludwig commentary.
And while main stage is going on with all these Smash events, a couple of streamers are there by the name of Destiny and Melina. They are at a Smash event doing IRL speed dating. They're not affiliated with the event in any way. I think they just booked a part of the venue to do speed dating. And the only reason I know this is because they have like 2 goons roaming around trying to sign Smashers up to do speed dating. And then went up to my friend Bunt and they're like, you want to do speed dating? He's like, no, I have a girlfriend. And they're like, this is with Destiny, the streamer. You could f his girlfriend. He's like, yeah, Christ. No one cares. It's so weird.
I don't think any of this actually happened. I know that Cutebot went with Melina to...
I think that probably did happen. That sounds like the exact sort of thing that Cutebot would say. That sounds like the exact... I imagine that probably did happen. That sounds like exactly what Cutebot would say if she was walking around with Melina trying to get people to do speed dating. That sounds like a good recollection of that story. It doesn't sound like Destiny was there. It doesn't sound like Destiny was there, so that's wrong. But that does sound like probably what happened. I'm going to be real. No way a Smash player would fuck Melina, given they're all pedos.
To film like they were doing content for whatever Cutebot's normal content was, which I guess you could call it speed dating, but like I'm pretty sure like 80% of the story is made the fuck up because I couldn't find any origination for it. Somebody told me that it was actually the Slimeball guy that told him this story. I don't know if that's true. Oh, and also, yeah, I wasn't even at this event at the time.
I mean, yeah, Destiny probably wasn't there, but I imagine the story is true. I'm guessing that story is probably true. It sounds like Cutebot was going around with Melina trying to get people to do speed dating things, and was making a joke about.
Joshua Asakanthan super chatted $5.11, doing my part to support my new favorite culture vulture.
Thank you for the $7 Canadian dollars. I am a proud culture vulture. I don't know if you've seen the comments on the latest ACT video. I do need to echo 2 seconds. I don't know if you've seen the comments on the latest ACT video. People are very upset that I forgot that Academics was Jamaican while covering it. So the new line is Jamaican, not Jamaican. Ak is actually Sicilian. Ak is Sicilian. He's white. He just looks really dark. He just looks really dark. So,
by the way, I didn't even go to this. So the fact that he says I was there is like, what are you even talking about? Yeah, but
it's so weird. But all right, hey, you know, content's content. You know what I mean? Anything for the sweet, sweet touch of content.
Okay. I mean,
oh boy.
Making weird jokes about him with his friends around live on stream. I don't even know.
I always wondered how
many views you'd get if you were ugly, but then I watched Destiny stream.
To be fair, I mean, this is a roast, so... Well, I don't know why you would roast somebody who's not there, but Megan, we're just painting Destiny to be a fake, unrepentant, evil streamer. I haven't watched these in a long time. Hold on.
Keep watching 30 more seconds.
Literally, someone tried to show up to Amaranth's house and burn her house down. Arson. This is a real thing that happened. Yeah, she gets swatted all the time, and then someone went to her house and tried to burn it the fuck down because she basically had kind of worked out the swatting thing, so they took it to the next level. You know, XQC like left his home because he also was getting a bunch of weird people who were trying to like with him in real life and go to his house. You know, like all these things are real problems that happen to streamers. So I think it's wild that Destiny, even for a joke, would have posted that and popularized that story.
He says that I popularized the story of Hassan buying his $3 million mansion. I love that Hassan is like checking in here on him too. Like he probably just came back from like washing his hand from having his whole fist up Ludwig's asshole to fucking play the marionette or whatever while he danced for him on stream, and he's like sitting here making sure that his like little good boy is like doing a good job reading the script,
and then take zero credit and say I don't even care, dude. That's wildly shitty. But I think it's all in the name of, I don't know, rivalry, content.
Yeah,
like implying that I doxed him. Oh my god.
We are tracking the money. I've got a counter going in my Discord. Okay, there is a counter in my Discord general chat. I'm even pinning it. Okay, it's pinned. Everyone can check how much money I've collected towards this goal. All right. So they cut up all the times Cuckwig talked bad about Destiny, but not the times Destiny did the same, or attacked QT. Can't make this shit up, Victor Max. Well, I mean, yeah, but they're always going to present their side, I guess, aren't they? Like, Ludwig's not going to say, oh, yeah, I'm always talking shit about Destiny. Destiny's not going to say, oh, yeah, I've taken loads of shots at QT. I mean, they're both kind of being that way, so I don't have a huge... I need proof Hassan's pulling the strings, or this dude should shut the fuck up. The anti-click is just as goofy as a Twitch click. So I don't think Hassan's pulling the strings. I think that's retarded to suggest. It seems much more obvious that Hassan and Ludwig just have similar audiences of Gen Z, you know, fucking gay, progressive, NB, Twitter artist losers who support Palestine unquestioningly. So he's obviously going to come down on Hassan's side most of the time as opposed to Destiny's side. I think it's just shared interests more than Hassan pulling the strings. But equally, I get Destiny's vibe. I feel Destiny's vibe. Fundamentally, I'll say again, I feel Destiny's vibe. I hate the reptiles. I hate the skinwalkers. I do. Thank you for the 5 gifted Truth Wizard. Thank you. That does not have a hard monetary value attached to it in terms of like a number, so I don't count that towards the goal, but I appreciate the gifts nonetheless. You're assisting accounts, so we can talk about that, okay? Academics disabled his Instagram. Why? Okay, we'll talk about that in a bit. If something's going on there. We'll go over that in a bit. Destiny himself is a skinwalker, so it really is just skinwalk on skinwalk violence here. I don't agree with that. I don't think Destiny is a skinwalker. I don't think so.
I'm just doing my part toward the goal.
Thank you for the $20, Mike. Thank you. Just getting scary. Start practicing.
Spreading the same old DGG's brigading rumors.
I would never tell you guys to brigade a Reddit. I would just tell you to do what Destiny's community would, which seems to be okay. So why is it all of a sudden a problem?
And it's funny too because he's friends with like the biggest brigader on the entire fucking internet, which we all see his son do constantly. But whatever. Although Destiny's trying.
Okay, Like, it's just, oh, you're friends with a brigader. Dude, your community goes everywhere. Anytime you get mentioned, your community will show up and fucking... Come on. Like, he literally said, do what Destiny's community would do. What did your community do, dude? This is such a bad attack. I don't know.
Tried to be relatively kind of quiet and avoid Cutie Cinderella and Ludwig. They've hated him since he stopped Casey trying to ruin the career of Bombs.
I cannot tell you.
The incident is just blah, blah, blah. Here's Jesse talking about the beast. Oh, anyway, yeah.
And I see that he said this. Wish assassinations were a real thing. This isn't a quote retweet to people in this situation. I'm not trying to say who. I'm not trying to get demonetized here. But what a fucking crazy thing for Mr. Penis Head to say. And then I scroll.
No one on either side cares about brigading, okay? No one cares about brigading. But everyone has to play. We all have to play this very careful game where we're like, no brigading, guys. I actually really don't like it when you guys go and fight on my behalf. Don't go and skewer my opponent's fans, guys. Don't do that, guys, okay? I don't want you doing anything like that. Don't go and skewer my opponent's fans for me. Don't go and do that, guys, okay? So everyone has to... And then if anyone says, if you step out of line like Hassan and you turn around and go, guys... brigade this now. Then that gives everyone else the excuse to turn around and go, he's brigading, he's brigading, he's brigading. That's what it's all about. It's all about just playing that game non-stop. That's what everyone is doing at all times.
Rolled up in our DMs. And I found out that this dude was my viewer.
That's why I like Red Bar as well. That's one of the only reasons. Not one of the only reasons. But one of the first reasons that attracted me when I started watching Red Bar content, actually, is because he says... go and harass these people. That's what he says. He just says it. He tells his fans, he says, yeah, go and show up at this guy's show. And I was like, okay, cool. Cool.
5 years ago. Hey, man, love your streams. They help me out a lot when I border sad. When I have disposable income one day, I'll give you a few shekels a month. Dude, what the f are we doing, man? I feel like a crazy person. But when I see all this division, I feel like they're not...
This tweet was even before the video, if I recall. Oh, what's the tweet date before the video?
Not humans. I feel like
I know that initially he tried to blame this on, like, being a DGGer. Like, there was, like, a Destiny fan threat, and he thought that all of it was... I just looked into it, and this proves it. The original February 26th Hassan stream, where Hassan reacts and complains about Ludwig video. At this point, Ludwig's video is 10 minutes old. This is the original stream that started the drama. I think this is the one we already watched.
Chris came to TurboTax.
Here's Hassan earlier on the same stream looking at his own tweet, which is dated February 26th, so we're not relying on Twitch's timestamps alone for VODs. Ludwig's bookmark of the death threat is dated 1:16 p.m. February 25th, 2024. Twitter timestamp UTC is the 25th.
This is... okay.
And LA time is 25th, which is always the day before Hassan's 26th stream. So while this technically could be a Destiny fan still, it basically disproves the fact that this tweet had anything to do with Ludwig's Hassan sneak diss video drama. This also proves Ludwig to be an unreliable narrator because he claimed that this tweet was because of the diss in the video and all of the drama about taking down the video, but these are both impossible. He also claimed multiple death threats in an older video, but the only one he has shown has been disproven. If it was actually a Destiny fan, wouldn't they do the death threat after Ludwig has taken down the video with the Hassan diss because they're angry about him placating himself? And apparently Ludwig re-uploaded the video and then deleted that accusation. Or I don't think you have to re-upload.
So even getting, like, this is the other thing. Why are you going through this? There's no need to dispel this. Your attitude should be, like, this is... He shouldn't get into the weeds. You should not get into the weeds. Try to be like, well, did one of my fans do this or did they not? There's no point in doing that. Just be like, okay, well, I didn't tell them to do that. That's got nothing to do with me. I bear no responsibility for some schizo sending you a death threat, whether they watch my content or not. I bear no responsibility for that. That should be your attitude. But instead, you want to get into this autistic, like, well, actually, if you look at the Twitter timestamps and, but why even bother? Why get yourself dragged into that? Why not just take the stance that, even if that is one of my fans, I don't give a fuck. Fuck off, retard. And then just lay into the skinwalkers. It makes you look bad getting this autistic about it. It's just again, just the autism is just tripping this guy up a bit.
Upload actually on YouTube now. He just deleted that part of the video. Ludwig is like such a decently cool person, other than the fact that he's such a...
Because like, it doesn't even prove that Ludwig's lying. Because if he just saw that, like, so what was this?
Re-uploaded the video and then deleted that accusation. Or I don't think you have to re...
Did he bookmark it before the video? Did they say that?
We upload actually on YouTube now. He just deleted that part of the video. Ludwig is like such a decently cool person, other than the fact that he's such a spineless fuck and carries so much water. It's especially frustrating because Ludwig knows better. I think that's the thing that frustrates me the most about this.
Well, no, but you are. I agree with Destiny's like responsible for your audience takes somewhat. Like, obviously, you do bear some. You are in control of, you know, the types of people. Like, obviously, I get on here and I make a bunch of fucking edgy jokes. I know I'm attracting a bunch of fucking edgy, probably sometimes racist people, sometimes transphobic, unironically. I mean, I'm a little bit unironic. You know what I mean? You know what you're doing. You know what you're attracting. You know what's going on. But the idea that you're responsible for each individual's actions, that's retarded. And the idea that you would bear responsibility for some fucking idiot sending a death threat. It's like, no, that's nothing to do with you. You shouldn't be taking responsibility for that. You should say, okay, I don't care.
Ludwig is a large content creator. I'm pretty sure he's like a larger content creator than me. I'm pretty sure he has a ton of different platforms and like he's got a ton of reach. He knows how irresponsible and stupid it is to take one DM and pretend that it is exemplary or exemplifies an entire fan's fan base or an entire streamer's fan base. Like, what a stupid comment to make. You know better than this. You know that you would never stand for anybody doing this. That if I were to go up to you or if anybody else were to make a comment like, oh wow, Ludwig's fans think this because one guy DM me and he follows Ludwig on Twitter, which by the way, I don't think this guy followed me or Hassan.
Okay, so yeah, this is the better argument. This is Destiny should have just started off with this. Just how do you even know? How do you know it's one of my fans? It could be anyone. Not my responsibility. I don't give a fuck. This should just be the line. But the whole Reddit post, going over this Reddit post, that's an L. That's an L. This should be the line. This is better.
Or maybe not even Ludwig on Twitter, right? You know how stupid it is to make this type of generalization, but he does it anyway to defend his f***ing friend Hassan. How weak. What a spineless thing to do. Or it was just literally Hassan wrote the script for him to do here, and he read this alongside the advertiser script. In his video, Ludwig claims that a person who messaged him after he deleted his recent video is making death threats to her.
Kuihman only chases trans women because he has never been face-to-face with a male cock. Kuihman would not chase if he had seen a trans woman like... Dude. What are you on? What relevance does this have? Yeah, non sequitur, true. Where's the, what was it Chud was saying earlier? What was Chud saying on stream earlier? Oh, no, it wasn't Chud saying it. It was Ryzek in fucking Discord, wasn't it? That was it. It wasn't Chud. It was Ryzek. Saying, I don't get being trans. Even if you do believe you're in the wrong body, you can't switch to the opposite gender. Just cross-dress. He said trans, but I don't know if you're out. Are you meant to say that? Ryzek is firmly pro keeping the sheeness. Yeah, you mean meds and surgery? Fuck yeah, of course, yeah. Fuck yourself up. You mean lose the sheeness.
It's two people in this situation on Twitter. He shows that the same person sent him a positive message 5 years ago, but has since then allegedly been radicalized.
Sisters, do not cast down your swords. Deep, you're so fucked, bro.
By Destiny is making death threats on Destiny's behalf. Don't go scorched earth. This is like the second or third time Ludwig has done this towards me. But anyway, all of this to say is that like when I start like fighting with somebody online, it's not usually somebody will see me go on Hinge and they'll be like, oh, like, why are you attacking this guy? It's like, this guy's a history of like making weird, creepy, stupid comments. And then keep in mind too that with every single one of these comments, there's like, it's all the other deluge of
Show
like
us your merch again. You want to see that? Ryzek's asking to see the merch photo shoot again, guys. Okay. Okay, Ryzek. Sure. If I'll DM it to you, I'll DM you the link for it, Ryzek, so you can go see it whenever you want. How about that? How's that sound?
Lefty dipshits that are also joining in. So for every single one of these points, you've got Hassan watching and reacting, and then his fans sending me death threats. You've got Denims watching and reacting if she's not too busy watching TV shows. You've got Mike from PA watching and reacting as he's chowing down so that he can gain another 5 pounds, so that he can be large enough finally to Caseytron. You've got Caseytron trying to watch, seeing through the haze of bong smoke in her apartment and reacting as she chows down another 5 pounds so that Mike can never weigh enough to Like it's just like every single one of these things is just so much. Oh god, it's so annoying. Do you think that Hassan can't stop crying about you even offline when hanging out with these people? Oh yes. Oh, I guess I can say that now because both. Melina, in between talking to me about Will and showing me his dick pictures on her phone when they weren't trying to hook up behind his girlfriend's back, Melina would tell me that Will would tell her that Hassan religiously follows my shit. So I guess I kind of lied about that publicly when I'm like, do these people actually watch me that much? They do. Hassan obsessively follows a lot of my shit. And I knew that because Will told that to Melina, which I thought was funny as fuck. So it's irritating that any type of insult is greenlit towards me. Okay. There is a bad faith summary or explanation of anything I believe or do, believe in or do. 1, 2. Generally excluded from all of these places, either explicitly or implicitly. I think the things that are driving me the craziest, it has to do with the concept of like the cry bullying. So I don't like that when I fight with people, all forms of insults are like okay for me. So whether it's making fun of personal stuff, you know, whether it's making fun of my sexuality, whether it's making fun of my being racist, like all of these are okay, which is fine for me, but not when I can't do anything in return. That f***s my head up way too much. I would much rather fight with Nazis who will call me racial slurs that I can go hard against than fight with cry bullies who, if you say anything, it just is, this is too much. The cry bullying is way too much. For the bad faith summary or explanation of anything I believe in or do, I don't really care as much about that. Like, people are always going to do it. What I don't like is that the people that do this are people that shouldn't even have an opinion of me. And it's people that are retarded. That drives me crazy. So the slime dude, the dude whose dad crack OD'd in front of him or whatever, that guy, he doesn't know anything about anything that I do, anything that I talk about. I don't need him to say anything good about me. I don't care. But he shouldn't have an opinion about me. And he shouldn't be talking about me. That just drives me crazy in conjunction with all these other things, right? That it drives me crazy when retards try to summarize or talk about anything that I do and then give this like huge audiences, and then it gets greenlit by everybody else. Obviously I'm hardcore. Oh, and it's always done just for like clout too. Like, it's not like these people have like any measured position here or like feel very strongly about this. It's always like, well, you know, I have to do this because this is like the popular Zoomer take. Like, this is what we have to say. It's just annoying. Obviously I'm hardcore. I'm banned from Twitch and I'm never getting invited on any of these shows, which is on its own is whatever. But obviously I have no chance to correct the record or fight against any of the, like, the obviously stupid things they're saying. And then my community being way too accountable of me, like, makes me want to kill myself. I've got like a whole community of people that are, you know, call me cucks, fat, send me death threats, send me whatever, make fun of 50 million different things. And then I post a picture of Ludwig's autistic girlfriend crying on stream for attention because she can't raise money for her stupid shows anymore. And then it's like,
wait, but she wasn't, was she crying because of the shows? I thought that was the picture of her crying because of the AI stuff.
Like, oh my god, this is too far. Like, bro, these people, like, Ludwig has greenlit so much retarded shit against me. Like, he is such an invertebrate, like, spineless it drives me insane. I have to treat him with kids gloves while he like greenlights like every type of it, like thing against me. I can't. There's too many different factors here that are, I can't have all of these. So I have to figure out, so I have to change something. The first one is just dropping all pretense how I deal with people. So I greenlight everything. Like, okay, well, if we're gonna make fun of this, if you're gonna come at me, then we'll go after everything.
Yeah, did I miss a raid or something? Am I retarded? Did I miss a raid? Because why his viewership spiked like crazy?
I don't give a fuck anymore. Obviously there are pros and cons to that.
Oh, Lyric's raid. Oh, welcome in Lyric's raiders. I was smoking. I'm sorry. Thank you for the raid, Lyrics. Thank you for the raid if you're around. Welcome in, guys. We're just covering this Destiny versus Ludwig drama, okay?
Can you give us some examples of the Ludwig stuff? It's hard to push back on him when it's so sneaky. It would be nice to lay it all out.
Addict behavior?
It's not worth it because he's...
Yes, addict behavior. I am Spike Spiegel. I am Holden Caulfield. I am Timothy Chalamet from Lady Bird. That is me. That is what I am. I will keep smoking.
Like, because he's such a cowardly f***. Like, he just kind of, like, will float in between all of it. Stuff for Ludwig. I mean, like, what is it? Like, he had a really weird slanted telling of a story where he was trying to pretend that, like, Melina was, like, walking, or Cutebot or her friends were walking around trying to find people to f*** my girlfriend at some event, at some file event that he was hosting or giving commentary to, some Smash Kids event, which was not true. The way that he framed it was obviously not true. He blamed me for doxing Hassan in between slurping loads out of his f***ing nutsack. He was on stream saying that I was the one that initially spread his dox, even though I was talking about a story that had already been published like 3 days prior. He blamed me for that. He took down a story because Hassan said that he was going to stop f***ing his ass if he...
Vaping is so gay, though, and vaping doesn't hit like smoking does. You die. Do not come into my chat until I start vaping. Do not be doing that.
Actually left up a video where he made like a 2-second clip where he joked about something that Hassan had said about the streamer privilege thing.
You should call Hassan and apologize. Why is Hassan mad?
Fucking fan.
What'd I do? Because I'm a mogul male? I feel like everything I said was fine. Am I crazy?
And Hassan was so unbelievably sensitive, more sensitive than the head of his cock after Ludwig spent 2 hours polishing it with his tongue, okay? He was so sensitive that Ludwig deleted that whole video, lied about why he deleted the video, and then reposted a new video where he blamed my entire community for harassment because of one random DM he got from a guy on Twitter who had nothing to do with me. He's like the most cowardly, subhuman, like spineless fuck. And I've like tried to, sometimes I've like, I think I've expressed frustration, probably mainly. Oftentimes I try to like high road it because it's like, whatever. This is all true, but what does Cutie have to do with this? Cutie's also a cuck. She sided with Casey Trent. She like has harassed the f out of me in the past.
Like, why is he going for cuck? Why is that the insult? First of all, you're talking about a woman here. First of all, you're talking about a woman. So cuck doesn't really hit quite the same. Second of all, you're kind of like, you're seen as a cuck. It just doesn't, no one cares coming from you. I get you're not, he's not a cuck by the definition. He doesn't, like, get off on seeing his wife get fucked. It's not him. But why is he reaching for that one? Such a shit insult.
Pass a ton. Like, we were, like, kind of okay, but, like, also, I just don't give a fuck. If you associate with somebody like that, fuck you. I don't care anymore. Making a weird comment about me in the show, which was honestly whatever. You want to make your throwaway fucking comments, that's fine. I don't give a fuck. For him to make the throwaway comment and then go into Reddit and like, oh, I've got a friend who's in Palestine and Destiny's a piece of shit, and then go into Twitter and make another thread. It's like, bro, you're making so many fucking threads about me. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's just so irritating. And then obviously like Ludwig is co-signing all of these fucking attacks, right? Because it's like within the contract for Hassan that he only gets so much access to his, I guess, based on how many attacks against me he lets slide on his show or his Twitter or whatever. Did you see Ludwig explain the vibes thing? Yeah, I don't know. Every person I've met in real life, I've had a pretty good interaction with. I'm not a very rude person ever, but everybody like likes to make shit up, I guess.
I don't... Okay, yeah, he did say that Destiny seemed like he was too clouted for it, but look, I'm sure that Ludwig does genuinely think Destiny has bad vibes. And it won't be about Destiny being intentionally rude or anything. It will be about Destiny being vacant, uninterested, sitting on his phone, being occupied with other stuff the whole time, not being a particularly sociable guy. And that's fine. I'm a bit like that. But I also know that normie reptiles like Ludwig are going to fucking hate me for it. But Destiny seems to want to have it both ways. He wants to be the edgy, uninterested, above everyone, like Yagami. He wants to be like Yagami, but he doesn't want the alienation that comes with it. He doesn't want the... That's part of it, bro. Sucks to suck. You got, again, he wants all the benefits and all the drawbacks, it feels like. Wants to sit at the cool kids table while also being a loner, and that's not how it works.
I mean, I shouldn't necessarily blame Ludwig. Like, he might just be reading scripts that Hassan sends him. Like, would you blame an actor for, you know, what the writer is telling them to perform on screen. I don't know. Maybe it's not actually Ludwig's fault. Maybe I should be blaming Hassan for sending him. You know, he needs a shout out.
Retarded take. Feel free, discord.gg/Kuihman, or you can actually try and type out your thoughts in a way that anyone can interpret instead of just spouting off a retarded take.
Yeah, actually, he seems relatively measured. Yeah. For the most part. I don't really care if people don't like me. Yeah, but it's just like, it's the lying, and then it's the, like, the cry bullying, the, like, going...
So, okay, so I'm saying this. This is the most autistic part of Destiny, and I understand where people think he's narcissistic. He claims to have the best of all these traits, while also claiming to not have a downside of them. I caught a bit of his talk with Dr. K the other day, and I caught the bit where Dr. K was sort of dissecting him a little bit. You know, like, really, you know, doing his old Dr. K mind-raping tricks is not therapy on Destiny. And being like, you're insecure, aren't you, Steven? You're insecure. And he's like, no, I'm not insecure. And then he starts dissecting how Destiny acts towards compliments and shit like that. And you see that the gears start to turn Destiny's head, and he's trying not to, like, give too much. It was very bizarre. It's worth watching if you are, you know, if you do like poring over the psychology of Destiny. It is worth watching. From what I saw. Obviously, I didn't catch the whole thing. I'm not going to review it on stream. But that little talk that I did catch, that little part of the conversation, it is pretty interesting. If you know about Destiny's Dr. K's Pajit mind tricks, if you are welcome to chat, Seth. A big fan. Yeah. He was opening Destiny's, what is it? The Pitta dosha. The Pitta dosha. And the emotions came flowing out. His emotions came flowing out. If you know about Destiny's life, you know maybe a little bit here and there about sort of like his grandma, for instance, right? So for a long time he lived with his grandma in a retirement home because his parents moved away, so he had to finish his schooling living in this retirement home with his grandma. And his grandma would buy pet dogs and kill them. She had like Alzheimer's or like dementia and was like walking around at night pissing on the floor, and then would blame the dogs for having pissed on the floor and have them put down, and would keep getting more dogs. And that would fuck up. And it seems so clear. It would fuck up, and experiences like that would fuck up a kid's like sense of attachment, ability to form relationships. It would. Having pets like slaughtered in that way would fuck up a kid's ability to have attachments. But Destiny seems to not. He like will. It feels like he just totally steps away from any implication of that. He seems to totally disconnect from it and be like, "Oh, there's no way that ever affected me. No, I was totally fine. I'm just a really independent guy who's really compartmentalized. I'm really good at compartmentalizing." That's what he says. I'm really good at I think through something and I put it in a box and I put it away and it's done. It doesn't affect me anymore. No, dude, that's not happening. All these things, all shit like that, fucked up shit like that, is like they're these little tiny cuts that build up, big cuts in that case. That's a pretty fucked up thing to happen to you as like a fucking teenager or whatever he was. They're these cuts that fucking build up. If they're not actually fucking dealt with, then yeah, it's going to have an impact on your personality and how you interact with people, obviously. But he will not accept that in any way. It's crazy. It just seems crazy to me. The idea that he's just this totally cold, detached. He portrays himself, and he's called himself before a sociopath. Obviously, he doesn't truly believe he is a sociopath. But you know what he's getting at there. But it's just so obviously not the case. You see it come out. Like, obviously, he's touchy about the divorce. Obviously. But he had always said, well, if Melina finds another guy, then she finds another guy. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care if Melina found another guy. She wants to be with that guy. He's better for her. That's whatever. I'll find a new girl. It's fine. But it's so obvious that's not been his. That's not been his response in this thing. It's totally fine for that to not be his response. Divorces are fucked up, but he won't accept that. And I don't. It's just like. It's frustrating. It's frustrating to deal with, and frustrating to deal with the audience that will play defense and pretend that everything he says about himself is like totally true. Whatever.
As hard as you want, and then I can't counter with anything without like my community swing the fuck out. Did you see Pokemon liking Ludwig's tweets? Yeah, female Ludwig would like Ludwig's tweets. That's not surprising at all. She also like has to keep her caught up with whatever community she needs to be a part of.
He seemed to get over it pretty quickly. He's not over it now. This entire drama has blown up because someone made a joke about his divorce. That's the entire reason that he's gone so hard over this whole thing. That's why he started ranting in his chat about how this guy should be dead and all of his friends should be dead. Just like his dad, who's dead. This whole thing is about his divorce. What are you talking about?
But I mean, why the fuck? What do I need? Is the Poke Bridge burned? I don't know. I'm so bored of like the, I don't even know what you would call them.
Have you ever grown up on a farm or in a family that hunts or raises animals for food? Yes. Yeah, you're exactly right there. The expectations of a child who grows up on a farm and raises livestock to be knowing they are going to be slaughtered are identical to someone who lives with their grandma and is introduced to pets repeatedly. Then they are killed very soon after, when it is then revealed that this whole thing was actually a misunderstanding as a result of your grandmother's late-stage dementia that was leading her to piss on the floor and think it was actually the animals. Yeah, these are identical, man. You're like, we're firing all fucking cylinders tonight, I can see.
Like the mainstream safe opinion crowd. It's like the influencer crowd who always has to have the public safe, the PR safe opinion on everything. Normally I wouldn't care, but then I end up getting thrown under the bus by a bunch of people that are functionally...
Not saying identical. I'm not saying they're not identical. I'm saying they're disanalogous. I'm saying they're disanalogous. People compartmentalize a lot. Nobody's saying they can't. It's clear Destiny hasn't. Destiny's clearly fucked up. Destiny's clearly fucked up. He's clearly a fucked up guy. He's not a normal guy. He knows he's not a normal guy. He does not experience relationships, feelings in the same way that other people do. And has described incredibly traumatic events in regards to attachments and relationships. Do you see what's going? Do you see what's being explained to you here? Do you understand now? Do you get it? Space Party Chadwick?
Retarded. And it's just, yeah, it's irritating as fuck to me. Ludwig is pro-Palestine. Is that a safe opinion? Ludwig is not pro-Palestine. Ludwig doesn't know anything about Palestine. Ludwig doesn't know anything about anything outside of, smashing kids or whatever the f.
Buddy, I get what you're saying. Then why did you compare it to someone raising animals on a farm? Clearly you did not understand what was being said. Otherwise your comparison is incredibly fucking stupid.
They do in the Super Smash Melee community or whatever. I don't even know what the fuck he does. I have no fucking idea. Nobody, 99% of the influencers you see online are not like pro-Palestine or pro-Israel. They're pro whatever like the Zoomer safe opinion to give now is.
It is stupid because you have a different expectation in regards to livestock and farm animals that you do compared to family pets. And you also have a different relationship with a different understanding. Your conception, you have a more concrete concept of like the meat industry and food chains and stuff like that. You can understand that a bit better as a young person compared to your grandma going completely fucking insane and killing your pets as a result of her mental illness that will further affect your parents and you. That's a much more traumatic experience, yeah, compared to having a horse put down because it's the horse's time to go. Everyone loses pets. Not everyone has pets systematically killed by a dementia-ridden grandmother. Do you recognize there's a difference between these two events? A significant difference?
That's it. It's just ordinarily I wouldn't care, but when people have like such strong opinions about it, and then like start to attack other people, like why are you attacking me over the history of a country that like you literally know nothing about? You don't know anything about this, and you haven't done any homework, and you don't like why such a strong opinion? Yeah, it's just that's irritating. Like why not just like focus on homelessness? Okay, like let's have like streamers against homelessness. Okay, that'd be great. Okay, Jesus. Destiny, a grand 90%, but on your point to the sole association with bad actors, making yourself a bad actor in your eyes, do you hold everyone to such a high standard? No, you fucking retard. Yeah, no, this is, I don't know, man. This is my fault. it's the level of charitability that I've treated these guys with as well is also like it's like mind you guys too, because you're like, oh well, aren't these guys like really good except for this one thing or blah blah blah. It's like, no, these people are trash people. They engage. See, this is Destiny. It's just gay that it's just been triggered by the making fucking cuck jokes about him. But I'm like all for the like total reptile destruction. I'm all for Destiny going, you know, rage mode, gorilla mode, full bonobo on fucking reptiles like Ludwig and oh god, who else is bad? Pokimane, Hassan. God, who else is like that? Umperville. Umperville's kind of a reptile. Moist Critical. I'm all for the full bonobo. I am all for him going crazy on these people. But it's just gay that it's been triggered over like them being like, oh, you're divorced and you read Wikipedia. It's like, how about you realize this a year ago? How about you realize this 2 years ago when they were doing the sneak disses? Hitting you with sneak disses every other week. How about we went full bonobo then? Engaging so much retarded shit. And then it's like, well, this is sole association with this person when they have it, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, it's just annoying.
The deep dive in someone's mind, like, you know, for sure how they compartmentalize is a little insane to me. Who said they know for sure? Who said they know for sure? I said it's very clear that Destiny does not function in relationships in the same way that everyone else does. Destiny says that himself. Destiny says that himself. I said Destiny had a traumatic experience as a young man relating to his relationships and attachment. That's true. Destiny said that himself. I said it's very possible there's a causal link between these two things. That's not a huge jump. It's speculation. It's admitted speculation, but it's not a huge jump. So I don't know quite exactly where you think I'm making some huge firm statement about the complexities of Destiny's psyche. I don't know where you're getting that from. I have simply described two things that are known to be true and then said there could be, or possibly likely is, a causal relationship between these two things because they are very connected in terms of what they relate to.
It's what kick streamers do to you, and Trainwreck's co-signing it and say nothing on his podcast. I don't even care as much about that. W. Aiden, you know, screaming at me, you know, that I'm like 50 times because I can say almost anything to.
I'm new here, so saying really stupid things, then more stupid things, the best way to get attention. Yes, it actually is. Yes, yeah, that is the best way to get me to keep responding to you in chat. Is just to keep being retarded, and I will just get more and more annoyed. And wordier as I complain about what you're saying to me. Once upon a time, Destiny saw a handsome horse called Vosh. It's okay.
Aiden, do they freak the out?
I mean, unironically, we did put Vosh down at one point.
I just don't like crybullies. That crybullying is my most irritated thing. If you want to be a Nazi or whatever, then you know, hey, go for it, go hard. But when you start, oh, they did over the Islam shit. Oh, true, because Muslims are snowflakes online as well. I just can't handle the crybullying shit. That is true. He did crybully. Never mind. Yeah, Aiden. God, it drives me crazy how soy everybody is. I like you're focusing more on how these people know nothing about what they're talking about. I think you should take that angle more often, even when talking about Hassan.
We're not doing blackface. The blackface isn't happening.
It's not even worth.
We're not doing blackface.
What is your actual opinion on AI porn of celebs and influencers? I think it's unethical to masturbate to AI porn unless you know that the person is bothered by it. If you know the person is bothered by it, then you should. Every single load should be dedicated to. The predominant.
See, this is where was this energy when the AI porn drama was going on? Did Destiny cover that? Because I want to hear Destiny saying, "How are you going to stop me?" That's what I want from Destiny. AI porn Atriarch.
What if someone deepfaked you doing something you already did versus something you didn't do? I feel like the thing that feels bad is that when a robot or an AI assumes your identity, I think it's a markedly different feeling because that thing doesn't. Okay, I'm about to go down a very weird train of thought. Okay, so I might change my mind in the future. You are violating the consent of someone by forcing them to do something that they don't want to do. So then I started to think, I think this kind of ties into the concept of like identity or the reality of your identity in terms of who you are as a person. And I think that AI and deepfakes, I think they can threaten your identity in terms of like who you actually are. You're essentially forcing someone to do something that they don't want to do, but almost like in an altered reality. But it's still like their identity. So I thought about doing ways to like test this idea. What if you created a robot that perfectly resembles another person, and then you send that robot into the world to do sex acts? I think it would feel like a violation, even if you're not the robot. Here's the thing that I thought about that was an interesting exercise. I'm gonna write this down. Let's say that an OTV or an OTK, let's say a group sex orgy video releases of OTK or OTV, right? But let's say that all of the actors in those films are like spoof actors, right? Like a Brazzers video, basically. I feel like if that gets leaked, I feel like the reaction.
Timecast to play Sonic in the live action. This is 1 time speed.
I could be wrong. My intuition tells me the reaction would be they would be really funny, and I think even the people involved would laugh at it. It would be funny, like parody porn. Yeah, the people would look at it and they'd say like, "Oh, like this is stupid and hilarious." Look, they got to like cast this mischief.
This is before the Vyvanse too. This is before he started taking Vyvanse.
And then I thought, what if you found porn videos of like famous people, but what if you actually got their twins to? Would that make the people feel weird or threatened? And I feel like for that, I don't think it would be a big deal either, even though it's a literal twin. Like imagine you sent a twin of yourself into the world when people, would you, and then news got leaked of them, even if you're the same body, does it feel bad? I don't think it would. I don't think so. Even if it's your twin, I don't think it would, because they're like their own person, right? So I feel like the thought that I kind of settled on, and this isn't like 100%. Yeah, I might change my mind on this. I feel like the issue that you run into is a twin or a parody actor, when they impersonate you for a sex video, there is an identity of a thing that exists, and then they're pretending to be you. And that's okay, because you know that it's not you. The twin is not you. They look like you to everybody, but it's not you. There's a person with an identity that's pretending to be you. And then with actors that are parody actors, it's also not you. It's like a person pretending to be you. But I feel like with a robot or with AI...
See, like, he was being kind of gay and soy about it, though. He's, like, playing his cards very close to his chest here, because he is still trying to be on Cutie and Ludwig's good side right now. It's pretty... I think that's pretty clear to me. I think I'm divining Destiny's mindset here. I'm making firm statements about the inner machinations of his psyche. I'm believing that Destiny was playing very safe here, trying to not upset the Twitch people. Yeah, this is an official mind read. This is my Shinigami eyes on. He was trying to play very safe and not upset them, because I feel like his actual take is, what are you going to do to stop me? How are you going to stop me? I feel like he's got that base take. I feel like he is like, listen, I've got my AI model. I've got my generative AI here. I can make what I want with it. You can't see what I'm doing. I'm gonna sit here and make all the AI I want about you and jerk off to you all day long. I'm not doing it. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. How are you gonna stop me? I thought that is his opinion, but he's come into this drama and he's given this. Well, I'm going to explain to you incels why exactly a woman would be upset to see a generated image of herself getting railed by a bunch of black guys at a football stadium. Or whatever the fucking situation was. I'm going to explain to you incels, you virgins, why exactly that is. That's the angle he's taken. But that's not really what is his, like, position, his stance on the issue is. So, not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. I feel like we should have had this bonobo energy back when it was relevant.
Dominant insult that people usually use against me is that I'm pre-made up my opinion and that I read Wikipedia all the time. Despite the fact that I know more about, at the very least, this conflict than literally all of these clueless fucking retards. What is, I don't understand what you think would change about. Yeah, it's not like the attacks against me are rooted in any type of factual foundation. Oh yeah, and the cuck shit. Despite the fact that Hassan's only like the longest relationship.
Well, yeah, exactly. And this is my mindset for a lot of types of porn that people don't like or think that are immoral. It's generally, I don't really think it's the consumption or creation that's immoral, it's the distribution. And that's the case with AI as well. Because what's the problem with that being distributed really is like, it's, well, a lot of it, I'd say, you know, obviously child porn is not the same. That's not, there is a problem in creating that and consuming that, obviously. That's a different problem because there's an exploitation inherently baked into it. Not the point. Other types where people think they're just sort of like degenerate, the ones that are a bit more questionable, I'll just clarify on that one, just before that gets misconstrued. But for most of them, it's about the distribution. Because like for AI, the problem is if the woman, yeah, Vosh just manifested, if the woman sees it, that's where the harm comes in, right? If Taylor Swift has to look at the AI-generated images of her getting raped, if Cutie Cinderella has to know that Atrioc is jerking off to it, it's really what Sauron's right. Stop it, shut the fuck up, bro. Dude. That's where the issue comes in. That's the actual problem. It's not the creation of the image. It's not the fact he's looking at it. It's the fact that Cutie knows that he's looking at it.
He's ever had, besides the celeb ones that he tries to keep secret, was with who the porn star, Janice Jackson, the one that he called the cops on to do a wellness check after telling everybody else not to call the cops. The only person in that circle I've seen defend you is Moy. I don't care. Like I said, I don't care if people defend me. I just want people to talk about me. Griffith, not Jackson? I don't know, whatever the fuck. Oh, yeah, because he fucked Harris Jackson, right? I don't understand the beef. Wikipedia jokes are unstoppable. No, I don't even care about that. It's that Hassan's like unhinged every single day. He's talking about me. He's wild with like all the
Look, Vosh can have whatever depraved AI-generated images he wants, okay? As long as he keeps it to himself and speaks to a therapist, all right? That's... Just keep it to yourself and speak to a therapist. The problem is in the distribution. That's the mindset, okay? Because, I mean, and Vosh has got bigger issues. To be honest, that folder, people don't really recognize this, don't really think about this. That folder is actually one of the less disturbing things about Vosh. I would say the Reddit post history, where he is talking about interest in actual bestiality and zoophilia, and talking about having his geckos walk around on his cock, is that those are the bigger problems with Vosh than the fucking cartoons he's looking at. AI-generated images of a stable childhood.
Crazy, like, personal insults like every day, and it doesn't matter. Having an entire full Discord full of people spamming racial slurs at me, and then only changing when he gets called out, like, on stream live is, like, wild. Can you elaborate on the association with the progressive label? My feeling right now is that for progressive people, I think progressives are just people that accidentally stumbled onto Tumblr instead of 4chan. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm done with it. I don't want to identify with the community anymore. I don't want anything to do with the community anymore. The progressive viewpoint is that all cops are bad because if any cops were good, they'd stop the bad ones. That applies 50-fold to progressives. And then you also see the, you can also see like the leanings on all the recent conflicts and everything. Like progressives are just unprincipled, like totalitarian monsters. But I've had that feeling for a while. I think I just hate all illiberal people. Like if you're illiberal, I don't want anything to do with you. So Nazis, far-right authoritarians, the average Trump supporter, and then generally progressives, and then obviously like tanky socialist communists or whatever. I just have no, I don't think. It's not even that I don't want to be, so I don't want to lend them any credibility either. Like, oh, Destiny's a good progressive. No, I'm not a progressive. I'm a center-left liberal. Progressives. I don't want anything to do with them. I don't want them to get any credibility for me. I don't want to do anything with them. Like, yeah. Are you going to react to the progressive talking points, or is it Fortress mode? No, I'll never Fortress. I have no problem talking to other people. The well poisoning, though, like in this community, the whole Twitch everything community is just so fucking cancerous. My God.
I wish we would stop framing it as Twitch. It needs to stop being framed as Twitch. It's like when people still say Twitch poll as well. It's not about Twitch. There's like a whole fucking industrial complex, a reptile factory that pumps these people out. These types like Ludwig and Moist Critical, I cannot stand any of these fucking slop tubers. I cannot stand any of them. Stop framing it like it's not just about Twitch. It's not just about Twitch. There's a whole type of, there's a whole phenotype.
I was talking to somebody a while ago that
Neo-Hollywood,
interesting thing to me that I'd never even considered before is that it's possible that I might get lost too much in trying to appeal so much to other crowds or people that I'm losing, or I've lost, or I don't make any attempt to appeal to somebody that might not be hardcore predisposed against me.
Kids, stay in school, especially art school.
Thank you for the 333, an Austrian painter. Thank you.
Originally, that like basically all of my strategizing, all of my rhetorical skills, like everything goes into like, okay, well, this audience is primed against me for XYZ reason. Like, how do I communicate? And I essentially live in that zone. And that might not be a good thing. I'm not sure. I don't know. Like I said, I'll probably spend the next few days thinking on it. Are you ever worried that the bigger you become, the bigger your ego will get? How do you level yourself? I don't know, I'm pretty sure whatever built-in mechanisms I have seem to be working decently so far. I don't think it's like a worry that I've got. I think you can turn the subreddit into a manufacturing mill for disproving the narratives about you. The TikTok edit was reacted to by a bunch of streamers, and the goalpost is being shifted from Wikipedia. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, it's hard. I just have to go. This actually, I guess, funnily enough, it reps into the Dr. K shit. I don't like soy posting about myself, and that attitude is reflected in my community, but it ends up becoming like unbearably toxic because one really irritating thing.
I don't like soy posting about myself. What does he mean by that? There's a lot of things that I can think of as soy posting. I can imagine being defined as soy posting about yourself. I think Destiny loves doing all of them. So I'm not sure what he means here. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
One irritating thing that happens is that other communities...
No, Destiny loves Dr. K. Destiny is big on the Dr. K train.
don't seem to be very critical of their own content creators as long as they're virtue signaling correctly. There's like very little factual criticism. So somebody says, like, let's say somebody makes up a lie about me, and then and their community sees it, like, it doesn't matter. If somebody points it out, it doesn't matter. As long as I'm like the enemy, they can say whatever they want. They've got carte blanche to make up, whatever shit, the kitty communities decide to say about me. And then when that comes to my community, so then you've got a lot of this external pressure that has no external fact checking, right? The communities don't audit themselves because there's no pressure or desire to. There's no reason to. Why the you don't? It's not like you're rewarded for being factually accurate or correct in these communities. So there's no fact checking or auditing there. And then those attacks come to my community, and then in my community, it's like there's a weird thing that happens where I think people overcorrect. I say weird, but it's probably modeled off of me. Like, generally everything I do speaks for itself. I don't usually feel the need to like be a hype man for myself. I don't need to do that. Like, I have, like, if you, like, I know what I do. I know what I'm worth. I know everything about myself. I don't need to like hype me up. And then I think that attitude carries over to my community. So when people do hype me up, if they ever do, it's like a cringe, horrible thing. So like if somebody like goes onto Hassan's stream,
this is just not, this isn't true. He's always talking about himself and how much work he does, how much research he does, how much more well prepared he is, and all these stupid academic. He always is talking about. That's like all I hear him saying these days. Why can't he just be like, yeah, I'm a bit of a narcissist? I'm like that. I will say, how many times have I said on stream? How many times have I been like, I'm going to suck my own dick from right here. Listen, I am a bit of a narcissist. I'm being narcissist. I'm being a bit of a fucking... How many times have I said... How hard is it to just own that and just say, listen, I'm a narcissist, I admit. I love myself. I do. How hard is that, really?
Like, oh, Hassan, like, when you talked about this thing, it made me feel so good. Everybody in Hassan's chat is spamming, like, feels good, man. Like, oh, yeah, we like this. But then if it happens, like, on my stream, it's like, oh, what a glazing loser. Like, you guys are already typing it. Yeah, glaze. And then people feel like when they criticize me, it's like, oh, shit, like, this is like, I'm about to make the bravest post in my life. Ordinarily, I support.
Exactly. How many times have I said something to the effect of that one, Watcher? I need a group of 100 autists to RK&D for me, Kuihman at the start of every stream. I think I have said something pretty much like that. I've said, yeah, Nick Fuentes was spitting when he said you just need a group of 1,000 autists that support you unrelentingly.
This is like Destiny reading from Wikipedia and just hopping in.
Thank you for the $4.20, STB Philly. Thank you.
What Destiny does. But this particular thing was so horrible, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, yeah. And that's like the type of behavior. So I feel like my community gets rewarded for being highly critical, which would be okay if other communities were. But when every community is poised to attack me, and then my own community is poised to amplify criticism and then kind of reduce any good thing is like memeing it off as glazing, then you have like, it's just a very f***ing AIDS cancer dynamic that dynamic I think is unworkable. Or at least mentally for me, unless I completely like unplug or disengage from. Real question.
Okay, so he is kind of all right. I appreciate for once, Destiny's saying, yeah, this did upset me. Basically, he's kind of saying it. He's saying, yeah, there's something going on in my head where when someone insults me like this, I'm losing it. I'm like spurging out hard. He's basically saying that right now. I will give Destiny credit. He has essentially admitted I spurged out. That we got there. We did get there.
How can you tell when you're in the wrong versus when everyone else is overreacting, especially your own community? Depending on what you're talking about, whatever that process looks like, these situations are far easier to think. We're not in an area where it's like, is this like wrong or is this f***ed up? Like when I've got some dude spamming cuck jokes at me after writing like,
inside every white boy is a violent chocolate center, a bit of hood knowledge deep within.
Manifestos on how much of a horrible person I am because I'm pro-genocide or some shit. And the only time Ludwig decides to get involved is because somebody else brings him up and then I respond to it. No, f that shit. And then he's co-signed this dumb shit on me in the past. Nah, f that. That's fine. No, f that. And then the amount of charitability, then like my community, because generally that meme is used to be like, yo, why the f are you bringing me up, bro? And I'm aware of that. But it is also part of a cuck meme, and Ludwig has made these jokes in the past about me. So, but my community would be like, well, actually, Destiny, if we apply the optimal lens of charity and the idea that maybe he just didn't want to blah, 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 and it's like, okay. And then, like, meanwhile, like, the other communities are like, do you think that Destiny, like, 3 Palestinian miners in the app today, or do you think he 5 of them before he tortured them and murdered them, and then grilled their charred remains and ate it for breakfast. Like, what do you guys think? Like, that's like the other community. And then my community is like, yeah, so I think that when Ludwig said this, I think he was probably just misinformed. And when Destiny went off on him, I think that it was like a little bit too, I was like, yeah, I'm good on that. Perhaps the community tends to reflect the streamer. In your case, you tend to capture opinions in a nuanced manner. The community tries to do the game. No, yeah, I understand. No, it is. I literally just said that. I don't know why people are repeating it back to me. Yeah. But I have to figure out if that's what I want.
That's Kuihman. That is, listen. I've said I've got the DGG dog in me. You can, once the DGG dog is in you, you're knotted. Okay, you're never getting that DGG dog out. All right, I've said this before. The DGG dog is a very naughty dog.
But I mean, like, I should. It's just hard. It's just hard to exist like with other worse communities. It's annoying. Twitter community is up to like 11K. Yeah, we'll probably do more shit on that.
Hello.
What were you at? 2 seconds? What is it?
Oh, I'm gonna need more than 2 seconds. I think this is a very serious issue we need to talk about.
What's the issue?
I think you lied to me.
About which thing?
Just about everything. I'm gonna send you a link to a video that I want you to react to on stream, and I want you to tell me why did you lie?
Richard? Really, Richard? Richard, what are you doing here?
Oh, listen, it's not what it looks like, okay? In actuality, as soon as the camera went off, I started beating the shit out of all of these animals, okay? But whoever was filming at the time didn't record it, but that's the part that you're missing here. I'll find the rest of the footage for you, okay?
I think you're lying. I think you pet a nice kitty. I think you also pet a chicken, and you respected them and treated them nice.
In a totally unrelated conversation with somebody else is, so I think one thing that I'm started to change how I view other people and their actions through is kind of like the incentive structures. I talked a lot about like the constellation of beliefs and how people believe in things just because there's a big social pressure to do so. And one of the things we used to say in the past is like, oh, well, how do you change somebody's mind? And it's like, well, the best thing you can do is to, be that person's friend and be close with them and work over time and blah, 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 blah. And I realized that old thought actually plugs in like really directly with the social reinforcement thing. You're just becoming like part of the social reinforcement. That's all that's actually happening there.
No shit.
I think that the only way to change certain things is
water is wet.
Structure.
Yes, people just believe things based on their upbringing and environment and context, and most of them don't actually critically engage or think through the issues or go and do research. It is just social pressures and what people around you think. Yeah. You have conversations with people, you take in their thoughts, you incorporate them, you're more convinced by some things as you're talking to them, you go through your life, and that happens. Most people don't sit on Wikipedia going through every fucking study to figure out exactly what they should think about every single issue. Because most people aren't streamers that are paid to do so. So yeah, obviously, when you befriend someone and then they take on your opinions, it's not because your opinions are better, it's because you're their friend and that other person isn't. Yeah, obviously. It's blowing my mind that he's realizing this at what, 35? 35? 30, how old is he again?
I truly think that's it. I think that like ordinarily, I think life is literally just Econ 101, where what's the first thing you learn? People respond predictably to economic incentives. You can buy the same product and one is cheaper than the other, all else equal, you're going to buy the cheaper product. And I think...
Yeah, people follow incentives. Yes, what? Dude, this is like, I feel like I have this moment with Destiny quite a lot, where I'm just like, how is he just... I thought this guy would have already known this. Why is he acting like this is a new thought?
Something that's very irritating is that the incentive structure right now, since I'm not politically aligned with anybody on the internet, the incentive structure is aligned against me in a lot of ways, which ordinarily I don't think I care, depending on where it comes from. But I think the hypocrisy and the cry bullying is, I think, what's like mind fucking me the most. Like if the gripers in Hassan's community don't like me, they're not supposed to. I understand that, whatever. And then even if they lie about me, that's annoying. But whatever. But to see like the actual red-brown alliance like come back to life is wild to me. I'm like, wait, Hassan has Nazi Twitter accounts on his stream right now to attack me, and then to see those opinions like pervading into normie spaces because every political issue has so much like social value behind it now. Like now,
well, I mean, I give it real. The Israel-Palestine stuff has really brought the commies and the Nazis together. For some reason, I can't imagine why.
Now you have like there's a lot of social credit attached to having a strong opinion relating to Israel-Palestine is really.
Oh fuck! Did anyone see? We might watch it in a bit. Did anyone see the J-Reg video that came out like yesterday? It's a classic J-Reg banger.
Last week, the U.S. Congress passed a bill that clearly and firmly states that anti-Zionism is anti-Semitism. This is a statement that codifies a long line of fallacious thinking that conflates anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism. This is totally absurd. These are two entirely different belief spectrums, and they should not be evaluated as a single group. It is, for example, entirely possible to criticize the Israeli government without being anti-Semitic. But more importantly, it's also possible to be an anti-Semitic Zionist. You see, as an anti-Semitic Zionist, I don't want to do this one. I am an anti-Semitic Zionist, and I am tired of people conflating anti-Semitism with anti-Zionism. When I found out that there was a place that the Jews just wanted to go to, I was the first one saying, okay, yeah, go there. And then I found out that place they wanted to go to was the Middle East, and I was like, I don't even know where that is. This is kind of a no-brainer, right? Right, guys? No-brainer? But because of the rampant conflation of these two spectrums, now everybody thinks I'm philo-Semitic. No, I'm just glad that they're getting rid of themselves. You can criticize Israel without being anti-Semitic. You're just wrong. On both fronts. Look, I can tell some of you are confused, so I made a chart. We have two spectrums, pro-Zionism versus anti-Zionism, and philo-Semitism versus anti-Semitism. Obviously, if you're a pro-Zionist philo-Semite, you have Jew supremacy over here in the top left. And opposing that, you have when you're anti-Semitic and anti-Zionist. I put misguided over here because these are my brethren who just have the wrong idea. But adding a little bit more complexity to this graph, I'm up here as the anti-Semitic Zionist, and then most progressives are down here. They're not anti-Semitic, but they're anti-Zionist. And this is where a lot of the don't conflate anti-Semitism with anti-Zionism rhetoric comes from, because these are people who are critical of Israel, but not from like an anti-Semitic perspective, as opposed to me, who is not critical of Israel from an anti-Semitic perspective. So progressives are here, and then liberals are like more pro-Zionist, but they're also not anti-Semitic.
I am a Jew
most of the time,
100%.
And then the conservatives kind of, they're even more pro-Zionist, but then there's kind of a larger range, and then there are some unironic anti-Semitic Zionists in the conservative spectrum. This is a well-known trend among the right-wingers. Most Zionists are obviously up here in the pro-Zionism, philo-Semitism corner. And anti-Semitism and philo-Semitism, this is interesting. They kind of horseshoe around when you've got that 4chan autism. They start researching the Jews or whatever, and then they start liking the Jews. They learn so much about Jewish culture. They start like appreciating.
This is people in Spicy. This is people in Chud's Discord. This is what happens in Spicy Chat. Absolutely, this is what happened with a couple of people. Rhinox, and fucking probably somewhere. I thought there were other people. They were like, oh, these Jews are actually kind of based.
So yeah, hopefully this clears things up. So you're
I think that's what happened with Stylo as well. Stylo was like, I'm gonna start researching the Kabbalah to know more about Persona. He's like, wait, this Jewish shit's based.
Telling me that without even asking, you're going to remove the minority group from my country, concentrate them all in one spot in an ethno-state, and then kill a bunch of Arabs. We didn't even ask for that. That's just a little sugar on the cream. In fact, we explicitly asked you not to, and you did it anyway. So, you know, the spirit,
you did say that. You did say that.
Good spirit, I guess. This is a no-brainer.
You were like, oh, I'm gonna start reading the Kabbalah, so I get Persona better. And then like 2 weeks later, you're like, yo, this Kabbalah shit, this Jewish shit goes hard.
I think it feels different because the thing that's assuming your identity doesn't have one before it does it. And I feel like people are, okay, people keep trying to say, what if it was misrepresented? No one cares. I'm not talking about public perception, I'm not talking about copyright, I'm not talking about blah, blah, blah. How do we feel?
Oh, are we on the wrong video? That
Destiny really irritating. Destiny, this makes you immune to audience capture though, right? No, not necessarily. You could still fall prey to audience capture. You just won't necessarily be part of a big club. Usually when audience capture is happening, usually it's because you're trying to appeal to a big club as well, but you could theoretically still get audience captured by a by a non-partisan audience. It's possible, right? How'd you feel about the Bridges podcast today? I thought it went really well. I'm glad that I think the audio video stuff is perfect now. Chris is super entertaining.
Anyone watch Bridges today? Anyone watch Bridges?
If you think people like Ludwig or Poke are bad, watch Caroline Kwan for 5 minutes, and you want to blow your brains nuts and shake your right. No, I've watched her talk before. People like her are probably like the strongest arguments that you can make in favor of like forcibly interning people. Like I see people like her speak, and I'm like, holy shit, this is why lefties want to do re-education camps. Like I fucking get it.
It was not good. That fucking rather rugged man is a total sped loser. There's a fucking clip of him from Tim Pool spurging out. Totally spurging. Where's this comparison someone did in Spicy? Where is this shit? Guys, what you see? What you see? Wait, no, is this what you see? This is what you believe. This is what you believe. This is what you believe. This is what you see. Yeah, that's NSA. Yeah, that's not Swear. Where's this, I think Bug sent it. The clip of this rather rugged man loser. Oh, I've got it here. 1 second, let me put it on streamable.
And you have the nerve to come up to me and tell me my experiences don't matter when I'm fighting the fight.
Stop screaming, bitch. Stop screaming, first of all. Talk to me like I'm a... Because I'm not that guy.
Yeah,
Talk
you are.
normal.
You
I'm not
are.
that
You
guy.
actually are, dude.
Yeah.
You are that
No,
guy.
I'm talking about I'm not that guy to fucking scream at, bitch. You want to get fucked up? Huh?
All right.
What the fuck you screaming at, bitch?
Let's calm down.
Gotta cut it, man.
You think you can...
I'm not that guy. You don't disrespect me, bitch.
What did you do to me? Did you disrespect me?
Nah, you start raising
Did
your
you-
voice to me like I'm some sucker.
Did you laugh at me?
Bitch. Yeah, laugh.
Did you disrespect me? I was nice to you, bro. I was being nice.
You start raising your voice to me like I'm your son, bitch.
You raised
I'm
your
not
voice
gonna
to
deal
me?
with that.
Bro, I said
didn't raise my voice
I
to
respected
nobody.
you.
You wouldn't shut
I
the fuck
So
appreciated you.
pathetic
your
on both
voice
ends.
shit.
So
I stopped when you
pathetic.
told me to. And you have the nerve to...
Just like totally spurging out on his end, and then Tim Paul being such a pathetic little fucking sniveling wretch. Oh man, so embarrassing.
Right? You see people like her talking, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, I want to be black.
These people are where the gulags came from. Like, not because she'd start them, but because you want her in one. Like, it totally makes. I totally 100% get it. To combine like that level of smugness.
Yeah, I know about the animation. Yeah.
With that level of, I guess, like decaying white matter in your brain is like a combination for it's the perfect sweet and sour, the perfect savory and spicy. Is that the opposite of savory? I don't fucking know. A method of attack on competing audience might be, rather than trying to get them to like you, to make them incentivized to listen to you, find something that you agree with and give the take better than them. The old Casey meme about you giving the answer, and it doesn't matter. Most people never engage with anything I say or do. I have like, it's easy for me to, if I can talk to an audience, it's pretty easy for me to flip. It's pretty easy for me to have a good impression on that audience. That I can do pretty well. Or if somebody's never heard of me and they have a neutral impression of me, I think I'll generally always come off good, as long as I have the ability to participate in that discussion. Because I'm generally won't, unless I'm trying to be unhinged. Yeah, the irritation, I guess, is just like all the Twitch communities, and then the I guess like the what is it? It's like
is
the
there
human
anything else really
centipede
here?
of like combinations of these people. It's so annoying. You should call it Hassan for dodging the Piers Morgan debate offer. I mean, why? It's like perfectly in line with what he does, right? He's a cowardly, wealthy capitalist who's grifting off the socialist shit while being racist and misogynistic in order to make the maximum amount of money possible so that he can move on to the next grift. Would you ever invite Ludwig to Bridges? No, stop. But he would never come anyway, so it doesn't matter. That seems to be horrible at that. For example, when you spoke to Asmongold about him voting for Trump, you were very mean and unfair. That was like 7 years ago, I think, right? Like, I feel like I've done, my approach has changed significantly. Did you see the Northern Lights last night? I mean, fucking, could you see them in DC? Does the mainstreamer clique have a dislike towards streamers who don't want to associate with their group? Not that much. I'm just like on the wrong side of like a political opinion right now, so it's just annoying. But it's more annoying because I know that it's all like the Hassan dick sucking in the background is the most annoying thing, but How can Hassan feel?
Yeah, exactly right. Cooney, it's exactly like the BPF stuff the other week when that guy was blowing up on BPF on stage and threatening to fight him, and BPF said, "Do you usually attack armed men?" It's like that's a based way to defuse someone trying to like start shit with you, without having to actually get invested in it yourself. But Tim Paul just sits there like, I was being nice to you. I was being nice to you, actually.
Also trying about Palestine, yet he's not willing to have a conversation about it. Please call him out on it. What do you mean? I call him watch a shit. He's never going to respond to that. Like, he'd rather obsess and talk about my exes all day on stream or whatever. Because he's too busy, like, scarfing down gallons of finasteride or just rotting his mind to actually go out and get any of his own. So he has to think about my sex life, or my past sex life, I guess. So you gave up on persuading Hassan and Ludwig's audience. I've never tried to persuade those audiences. I can't. They're way too mind captured by Hassan. Both of them are captured by Hassan. I don't think Ludwig has enough of a mind to capture anybody with it. But like I said, I also don't really care. I think the issue is it's just having that, like, their tendrils, like, grow out and, like, influence other communities around me. So weird and annoying. Like, Dr. K's audience being primed against me is so fucking weird, considering every conversation I've had with Dr. K has been beyond, like, respectful. Like, we just have, like, whatever conversations. The fact that, like, his audience, like, unhinged about me, just as a reflection of, like, all of the weird Hassan propaganda that Twitch facilitates is so bizarre to me. Or it's not bizarre, it's just irritating or annoying, I guess, yeah. Their audience goes in other people's chats and shits on you? Yeah, because they do a lot from their Discord. The one that Hassan always says he's not in or has no control over. To be fair, the YouTube community is primed to hate Hassan. My YouTube community? If my YouTube community is primed to hate people, it's usually because people are doing stuff that I feel like I'm demonstrating is, like, pretty wrong. One thing that I do better than almost anybody else online, and it's irritating that nobody else can even fathom doing this, is I'll give people credit when they do something that I agree with. I feel like, yes, I guess I don't expect it in return, I guess, because it'll never happen. But then my audience is also conditioned so that I have to do that as well, because then if I don't give somebody credit for something, then my audience, like, loses their shit. Meanwhile, other communities are unhinged. It's kind of cool that Dr. K doesn't appear to be influenced by some of those extreme factors of this audience. I think Dr. K seems to be a pretty strong, like, individual. Like, he doesn't necessarily bow to whatever the public opinions are on whatever thing. But he's also, like, kind of isolated from that career-wise as well. It's not like he doesn't need to give an opinion on Israel-Palestine as, like, a therapy or life coach or mental health talking person. I don't know what you would call his role, but yeah. What's the main reason why the WL community hates Hassan? Didn't Hassan fight with some WL people? I don't remember. The WL community is kind of like their own thing, though. How much of a representation do they have on Twitch right now? I'm not actually sure. You said you wanted to become more aligned with Praxi or solution generating a few months back instead of just being a deconstructionist. Is that still true? Maybe. I'm not as sure anymore. We'll see after this election. I don't actually know right now. Yeah, I don't know. I think right now my big interests are, like, studying and debate. Debate, obviously, I could do really well. Studying, I'm able to do really well. In terms of, like, the real life political shit, I don't know. We'll see. I feel like it's too thankless at the moment. And it's a huge investment of time. It's a huge investment of money. It's a huge investment of community goodwill. And I get almost nothing in return. And then the participation from other people is, like, lackluster at best. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. But like I said, I'm probably going to spend the next, like, 2 or 3 days, yeah, bouncing ideas around my brain. We'll find out. You never feel like you do the web thing, but with social groups, like, you web the opinions of people like Ludwig, Slime, QTC, on you to their friendship with Hassan, whereas it feels like we can point to a series of direct interactions you've had that would equivalently lead you to the distaste. No, everything originated from other people. Slime, I still don't know who that is, other than, like, Ludwig's, like, 4th generic white friend. I have no idea who the Slime guy actually is. For Ludwig, I don't think Ludwig has any reason to not like me ever. I don't. We fought a little bit in the past, but it's usually after he makes, like, an unhinged, out of pocket, like, wild claim about me. But I know where the claims come from. They're all Hassan talking points. And then Cutie Cinderella and I started to not get along a ton when she would side with Caseytron. For some reason, there are a lot of women that have this problem. You call it being a girl's girl, but the more literal translation is basically any time you have to evaluate the actions of a person, if that person is also a woman, your IQ drops, like, 25 points. So if you take somebody like Cutie Cinderella, who's ordinarily, probably like an 85 IQ individual, and then she has to evaluate something relating to another woman, it drops to 70 or lower. And then all of a sudden, it's just, like, the most retarded shit you've ever seen in your entire life. And everybody does this on.
Destiny thinks it's 20v1. So someone did actually make a joke comparing it to Kendrick and Drake the other day in Spicy. I do see where that's coming from, because it's like, it is like, we're just fucking hating the skinwalkers again, isn't it? It's the same shit. It's fucking, oh yeah, it was Smaggle. It's fucking Smaggle. Destiny is not the culture, you're right, exactly. It's where it falls apart, really, isn't it? Because you can't back Destiny, because he's not playing it right. He doesn't have the support. But I just fucking hate, I keep saying it, I fucking hate these just vapid reptile YouTubers.
I just had a
fucking horrendous. And the Twitch Awards show shit as well. Ugh.
I just had a really good idea.
Mogul male.